Alrighty, let's try and get Premiere launched here. I have all my conversions done. We're good to go. Welcome to Unenlightened's Patreon edition. I'm Austin. Thanks to the patrons, Jakob, Melody, and Hermit. We're going to be editing the second Bender video today, showing off the progress we've made on that, cutting it into something hopefully somewhat interesting, and we'll see how that goes. That's kind of it for now. Hopefully Premiere actually boots. Is it trying to? Oh, there it goes. Been having a little bit of an allergy issue today. Not really sure what's going on with that. Just kind of gets at you. But, well, I guess in the meantime. Ooh, pit stains? Or is that just the shirt? I think it's just the shirt at this point. Oops. I'm not sweaty. I'm hoping we can edit this into a good second video. The first Leviathan video only got a few likes, but in terms of views, it did okay. Better than I thought, for sure. So we'll see how it goes with Bender. First one did all right. I'm hoping that as we progress, things will get more promising. I've made more progress on the helmet. I did that on my own last night off the stream. I swapped a couple of things out. Oh, hey, Jakob. Still on your way home and enjoying this as a podcast. All right, sounds good. Welcome to the Unenlightened podcast. Have a safe drive home. We'll be putting together the that second Bender video. I'm hopeful that it'll work out for us. Ooh. That's very nice. Pimp posted some food that didn't scare me to my core. That's very kind. Okay, so I need the stream from the 26th. And the 19th. Rain today, so of course people forgot how to drive. 40-minute drive home doubled. Jakob, that is brutal. I'm so sorry. Yeah, everybody forgets how to drive in the rain. People in California think it's just there. That doesn't happen everywhere. I need to attach the proxy files. I already made them, but I have to attach them. I think that's D drive. Premiere proxies. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. Nope, that's not the right one. Oh, there we go. There we go. So now we have proxy files, which means I can just drop these straight in here. And we'll just start with the first stream. Now, I know there's a lot of gobbledygook we can clip off of this to begin with, although it looks like I started pretty quickly. Let me make sure we have system audio coming through. So it says it's going through the virtual audio cable. Oh, it is. Okay, good. There we go. So we can hear the edit. I'm going to bring the level up a little bit because since we're editing, I need to be able to hear it, and I get the same volume level you do. So it's going to be around there. I should be coming out over the top of it still, but I just need to be able to hear what's going on. I wish I could put a booster on the monitor. That would be nice. But then it would boost everything that came through the monitor, so like if I got a notification, I would be deafened. Okay, so we can trim this. Just want to run through until that reaches the end. And stop. Hey, Hermit, how you doing today? Welcome in. We're getting the second Bender video put together here. Oh, good, I have peak files. That's good. I can see the audio again. That's kind of how I navigate, so. Okay, that looks like a pause. Yep. So we'll get rid of that. Oh, we don't have the entire peak file yet. Or only, oh, that's the, yeah, no, that's still 419. Oh, it just disappears when you zoom out that much. I did not realize that. I guess I don't ever usually look at it from that distance. I just want to trim some of the muck off the start and end here. And if there's another pause in the middle, I want to get rid of that. What's going on with you today, Hermit? Jakob's on the way home from work. I'm trying to get this video edited so that I can be actually on schedule next week rather than just kind of on schedule. How was your day today? Should be toward the end of the day for you, right? What, you're 6 hours ahead, so that makes it 11:20 at night-ish? Okay, and then, yeah, we played Mario Maker after that break, so all of that can actually go. We don't need anything after that point. Somewhere in between night and bedtime, yes. But the day was fine, can't complain. Good. Good. Yeah, I've been having a good day so far. Got dinner cooked up in advance, so that's all ready to go. I took care of a couple of other chores around the apartment. I got some more stuff on the Bender helmet figured out yesterday after the stream. It was a good day. Or I guess yesterday's not part of the day, but still good. You know, I'm going to do something real quick here. We're actually going to, believe it or not, I'm going to get sidetracked here. Everybody prepare their shocked faces. So I want to go to this page and I want to add a new button because I don't have a button for this. Audio mixer. And I want this to toggle mute for the lavs. And then just to make it clean for me to see. Behold the Stream Deck. Just need to go in here. And I know there's a better microphone button. I like the plain ones. It's just easier for me. It's not, it's, if they're all kinds of different colors and stuff, it's just kind of like data overload. I like simple, large, clear shapes for button icons. Like there's stuff in one of these, where is it, like down here? Look at, when these loaded, these are GIFs. Why would you want this for buttons? It just seems like nightmarish. Not to mention just more resource use for no reason at all. Oh, I think I can search. Microphone. What? What if I just do mic? Yeah, of course. Okay. So I think this one should be that, and this one should be this, because I like the button to show what's going to happen when I push it, not what's currently happening. So if I press this button, you should not be able to hear me anymore. And then you can hear me again. Great. So if I need to blow my nose or something, I can just... And you don't need to worry about it. Perfect. Oh, you heard it? Aw, man. What the hell? You got me. You got me good. Well played, Hermit. Okay, cool. Glad it works. Yeah, because my allergies seem to be getting worse as we get closer to summer here, so I'm definitely going to need a solution to that, because they get pretty bad on me. Is this hitting my microphone? It is a little bit, isn't it? I don't like putting my sound backwards, but we can run the wire around the back of my head. Okay, so that's our first block here. How is New York for allergies? Pigeons doing me dirty. Pigeons are not the problem. The problem right now is a big pollen bloom. That's killing me big time. There is... our car was caked in it. It was so bad. And I don't do pollen. Like, it's one of the worst ones for me. My worst allergies are dust, pollen, and mold. I'm allergic to pretty much every kind of mold, including the mold that naturally occurs in grass. So I have a grass allergy also. Okay, let's see. How did I greet here? Did we do okay? Oh my god, I forgot I did the caveman start. Or the whatever. Bigfoot. All right, let's just start that on this screen. Okay, can you just work with me here? Thank you. Hello. Hello there. Welcome to Unenlightened. I am Austin. We are on part 2 of the Bender build today. Perfect. That's a great way to start. Okay, so then we just need to get into our correct position. Let me just check these files here. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take... I want to take this one. Okay. We want to copy that, and then we want to go back to our other timeline. I'll click here, and I want to say paste attributes. And just the motion. And then we actually only need... Or no, actually, I'll keep both, because I think it's a good way to start it. Hello! Yeah, so then we can just make that happen pretty quickly. By the time I say hello, it should be just about there, so maybe somewhere in here. And then we can zoom in real tight on this. And bring these bad boys right to here. So then that way it'll start, and then we'll push in. Meh, not worth it. Hello! I think the better thing to do I just don't really like the fact that it's already moving when we start, so let's try bringing that a little closer and see if maybe just letting it start. Then we do hello.
Hello.
And we push in.
Hello there.
Oh, I do have to change this value now, though, because I changed how my layout is, so this isn't exactly the same. So we want to scale up a little bit more. Yeah, that is better, isn't it? Right about there. 130 is the spot, I think. And then I think we have to go up just a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that is... I always mix up which one is up and which one is down. Okay, there we go. Is a VOD worth spending lots of energy on? It's not a VOD. I'm cutting this into a video.
Hello. Hello
This
there.
is just the only way I record now. I don't bother doing any recording outside the stream. So I did this in the last one. In that case, it is for sure worth the effort. Yeah. Yeah. I like to kind of start it this way as a reminder that these are streams to try to encourage people to come to the Twitch channel. Hopefully that'll start to work. I suspect it will.
Hello. Hello there. Welcome to Unenlightened. I'm Austin. We are on part.
Bear in mind the resolution on this while we're editing is going to be crap. I need a better camera, which I have, but I'm missing one piece of hardware in order to make that work for filming. And B, or 2, or whatever what I said, we have a proxy file, so the resolution is significantly dipped to make the computer run faster while I'm editing. Okay, so let's give me a chance to do my intro here.
Hello. Hello there. Welcome to Unenlightened. I am Austin. We are on part 2 of the Bender build today. Last time we built the cranium. Today we're focusing on a shoulder mount, so we want like a neck fitch. I'm gonna try that again. Hey Corey, how you doing? Sasquatch spotting.
For lack of research, how are the views on the videos, and is it a different audience than the normal chat? The views are mediocre. I haven't been consistent enough for the views to get good. That's kind of what I'm trying to fix here by being more consistent about cutting the streams down. I think the last one got like 40 views, 50 views, something like that. And only like 3 likes, but 3's pretty good. I had one video that took off that was like, it was a Minecraft data pack that I made. And that video still gets views all the time. It has like almost 600 now or something. That one did pretty good. That's by far the best video I've done. Best performing video I've done. But I'm going to keep focusing on these and hope that I find the right people. But no, I think the kinds of people that like my content are the same regardless of where it is. It's the same kind of folks. Because if you watch me, it's not really because you're looking for something consistent in it other than me. So we're all the same kind of folks.
Sasquatch spotting indeed. I've been found in my natural habitat. Okay. I'm gonna try and say that one more time. So this time we're gonna get a neck fitting for the...
Oh good, okay, I didn't do the actual hello again. That's good news.
So this time we're gonna get...
So that's gonna go to there, and then we need to find where I screwed up.
Today we're focusing on a shoulder mount, so we want like a neck... Today we're focusing on...
Okay, so then after the cut, it's...
So this time we're gonna get a...
Okay, purse. So we'll skip the today we're gonna focus on.
Today we're...
We don't need that. Oh, you mean physically other beings than the normal folks? 40 is a lot more for views. Yes, that's good news. But all the same folks are also over there on YouTube. Yeah, that's definitely where all the likes come from for sure. Is the usual suspects. Oh, did I remember to push this one in? Oh, it figured it out on its own. We're okay. What about the next clip? It did not. Okay. But we can copy this one and paste the motion, and then the rest of these will be fine. And because there is no actual motion in the clip that I copied from, everything will be the same. So we'll be good. Perfect. So then what I want to do is push all the way into this. Wait until after that motion is done.
Hello there, welcome to Unenlightened. I am Austin. We are on part 2 of the Bender build today. Last time we built...
Oh, Scotty.
Of the Bender build today. Last time we built the cranium.
So this we're just gonna speed up quite a bit because it's too much. I talk very slowly. Speed that up. Okay, so then we get to
build today. Last time we built the cranium. So this time we're gonna get a neck fitting for the head to...
Did I see the AI that did multi-track cutting on Premiere? I did, yeah. And it's a very specific case that it can handle. The way they have it set up is it's able to, you might already know this, but it's basically listening to the microphones. So the only situation under which it works is like a podcast. Not sure it would make good decisions for cutting down stuff. No, all it's doing, it's honestly, it's kind of a stretch to say it's AI from what I understand. Basically, they have a microphone on each person and a camera on each person, and they tell it which microphone is attached to which camera. It's mainly for editing podcasts. And then, like, audio follows video, yeah. So they have the camera and the microphone on each person. If that person's talking, it'll cut to... It basically works like Zoom. Yeah, it's not what it looks like it is. Unless there's a new version of it, but this what I'm talking about was just like a week ago. It's not really AI. There is already hardware that does that. Yes, that is correct. Zoom does that. It's not that impressive. They were just trying to get buzz. I mean, editing video is something that AI will probably eventually be capable of, but you're going to have to train a whole model around it. And you might have to train a model for the specific kind of thing that you're trying to edit. Because, like, there are completely different sets of rules depending on what you're trying to do. Like, a general editing AI you'd basically need a general AI to do that. It's like the problem with self-driving cars, where there's too many variables. Hope not, you'll be out of a job. Are you an editor? I didn't know that. Or maybe I did and I'd forgotten.
So this time we're going to get a neck fitting for the head to sit in, and then...
Well, if I'm ever able to pay someone, you're the one to ask then. Because I hate editing. As soon as I can get this off my plate, I will.
For the head...
I don't need the crossfade up top. I thought I changed my default transition lengths. I guess. You're not an editor per se, but you work in TV, so everything from camera work to editing was within your job. Right on. Right on. How long have you been working in TV?
For the head, a neck fitting for the head to sit in, and then the surrounding shoulder plate. And hopefully I want like a couple of U-shaped pieces coming down from that that are fairly firmly attached.
I love it when I have a plan and that actually happens.
Sit on my shoulders with, because even though this is just a cardboard version of the costume, I kind of need an idea of how big those spacers need to be, and like what the actual shape of them will be in order for it to be comfortable. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But we're
okay. So I don't need that. I kind of yammered there.
Version of the costume. I kind of need an idea of how big those spacers need to be, and
I can just stop that there, and then we can pull that over.
So that's what...
11 years, but same. Editing is definitely at the bottom of your preferences. Live production is a lot more fun. Yeah, editing sucks. It is the worst. There are people who like it. but there are also people who like escargot, so it's not necessarily the gauge for whether things are good.
Like a couple of U-shaped pieces coming down from that.
I feel like I want
A couple
the gesture.
of U-shaped pieces coming down from that.
I wish I could put this on an AI. I would love to be able to do that. Just so many decisions to make, you know, about like what actually has value and what doesn't.
Shoulder plate, and hopefully I want like a couple of...
Like you could easily have a program take all the dead audio or dead air out. That's great. That would save me a lot of time. But it wouldn't cover everything. You'd say you can judge people on their escargot preferences. Are you pro or anti-escargot? It would make so many jump cuts. Yeah, it would be excessive. Because it would take pauses. I mean, I'm sure you could set like a... You could make it set a threshold for how long the pause is or whatever. Anti, okay, good. I just had to make sure, you know. Because, like, I will kick you out of here if I have to.
Hello!
Good.
Bender build today. Last time we built the cranium. So this time we're going to get a neck fitting for the head to sit in and then the surrounding shoulder plate. And hopefully I want like a couple of U-shaped pieces coming down from that are fairly firmly attached that it'll sit on my shoulders with. Because even though this is just a cardboard version of the costume, I kind of need an idea of how big those spacers need to be. So that's what we're going to be doing today, but we're starting with something a little different. I don't know if Jakob's here yet. Jakob, are you here? He was going to try and pop in. Our friend Jakob sent me...
That was very funny at high speeds.
So that's what we're going to be doing today, but we're starting with something a little different. I don't know if Jakob's here.
So I'm going to skip the hunt for Jakob. Actually, I suppose I probably... This isn't a VOD cut down. It's specifically about the Bender thing, so I actually should probably cut this out. Let's just jump ahead.
I'm going to need an idea of how big those spacers need to be. So that's what we're going to be doing today, but we're starting with something a little different.
How long do I aim for it to be? 12 to 18 minutes is kind of what I like. Closer to 12 is better. The last one ran long. Was like at least, I think it might have gone over 20. Fortunately, this is across 2 streams, but I didn't make as much progress across those 2 streams, so I should be able to cut it down significantly more. What, Premiere? Grow up. Bite me. Come on. So you've been in TV for 11 years. So what kind of, are you working on, like, are you with journalism, like news production, or are you working on, like, narrative television? What's your category? You all over the place? Premiere, buddy. So much for proxy files. I did a reboot. It was supposed to help. You're a bit all over the place. It's local TV in Norway, so not exactly budget winners, but you do pretty much everything. Potato. Right on. That's cool. That's more fun. Being locked down to a single thing is kind of awful. That's one of the things I didn't like about... Like, I thought I was going to have more variety working on set in California, and really I ended up doing the same thing over and over and over again, and I just didn't like that. Like, I worked on drama after drama after drama, and I was just, like, bored. And it was hard to, like, jump to anything else. because the guys that I was working for and the guys that kept hiring me worked on dramas. And so I didn't really have anywhere to go. Love the variation, but you're fairly stoked to be less journalist and more technical producer again. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that because that's more of the kind of nuts and bolts that you're actually interested in. Whereas journalism is kind of like tangentially related to media production, right? It's like more that journalism had to adapt when when that became the popular media form. Not so much like they go together. You know what I mean? It's kind of a different thing. It's just shared via television now rather than newspaper, unless you're a dinosaur. Okay, Premiere. Buddy, what the fuck? CPU 37, memory 49, disk 1, network 1, then why are we frozen? Why does this math add up to us being frozen? That makes no sense to me at all. Okay, uptime is right. Everything's fine. CPU is climbing. At least OBS is still running fine while this is happening. Ugh. I don't want to have to auto-recover the first, like, minute. Or even 30 seconds. It's actually fun. You've enjoyed having to be a journalist, but roles within the company have shifted, so finally you're mostly not actually the one voicing or being on camera. Oh, okay, so you're doing, like, the nitty-gritty work for journalism rather than the fun stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. I could see how doing the actual reporting would be a lot of fun. Getting to just like, present and, be on camera, be the presence and do the whole thing. What do I mean? About Premiere or about with Premiere, I don't understand why my computer's freezing. Like my numbers didn't show anything that looked like it should be freezing right now, so I'm not really sure what's happening. Like my disk isn't running slowly. It doesn't really make sense to me why it's freezing. Everything looks normal. Do I have a power throttling problem? Oh, when you're out reporting, you don't do stand-ups and take a presence on camera. So then what was the voicing or on-camera stuff you were doing? Just were you just recording voiceover? Okay, that's it. You're going away, Premiere. We're gonna try again, bud. I don't know why you're treating me this way today. I know it's closing, or I know it's gonna lose information, but how long am I supposed to just sit here? So you don't have like on-scene reporting or any of the. That's probably good because it's not really like any good here. It's just like it's garbage. Like it's meant to get people excited and agitated and upset so that they'll watch more. Basically, our television news is in the trash. Do studio stuff as well. You never really did that on camera, luckily. But yeah, you had to do voiceovers and ask questions. But you don't normally go in front of the camera. Oh, okay, I see. Even still, though, That's definitely more fun than doing the nitty gritty. How much is still here? Not much. Okay. Well, that's definitely annoying, but at least it's alive again. Okay, let's just repeat what we did, because I know we cut. Okay, so we have You know it's late, but Control S. Yeah, I definitely need to be doing that more often. No audio from Premiere? You're not hearing it? Oh, did it cut back out on me? Damn it, it was working before. I had to reboot and now it's not working. Wait, that might have fixed it. It does bug out a little bit just because audio dominates, or Premiere dominates audio processing. So that's not good. Audio hardware, default output. It should be virtual audio. Yes, I know. I know how that works. That's where you were supposed to be anyway.
Okay. For the head to sit in.
There we go. That's better.
The cranium. So this time we're going to get a neck fitting for the head to sit in, and then the surrounding shoulder plate, and hopefully I want attached that it'll.
No, that's a little too fast for me to be able to hear it.
Like a couple of U-shaped pieces coming down from that are fairly firmly attached that it'll sit on.
Not to be bashing on Premiere, but for stuff like this, you love Final Cut for not having to save ever, and it's efficient to edit in, but Premiere is a bit more capable. I just got, like, burned out of Final Cut because that's what I had to use in school. I really don't like that program. I don't like the way things are laid out. I don't like the way it behaves. Fair point, but I just don't like the software.
Shoulders with, because even though this is just a cardboard version of the costume, I kind of need an idea of how big those spacers need to be, and like what the.
I used X a little bit, but I was on 7 back in the day. I know that X has a better user interface, but well, first of all, this is already in, I already have Premiere. I don't want to pay for Final Cut. I have Creative Cloud because I still have it on the educational license. They haven't noticed me yet, so I'm gonna keep holding on to that. It's actually, I'm sorry, it's the full license, but I get a discount on the full license because I used my school email address, which still functions. People loved 7 and hated X. I didn't like either of them. Yeah, so I'm not paying Adobe's full prices.
And hopefully I want like a couple of U-shaped pieces.
Okay. U-shaped we kept, and then I got rid of that. Yes, I'm being very, very sneaky. But
attached that it'll sit on my shoulders with, because even though this is just a cardboard version of the costume, I kind of need an idea of how big those spacers need to be, and like what.
Let's cut that out.
So that's what we're going to be doing today, but we're starting.
Yeah, we didn't want to keep that because that it's going to be hard to cut that. Maybe because that's the pause right there.
So that's what we're going to be.
Oh no, it's not.
Today, but we're
yeah, no.
Doing today, but we're
today, and then the butt
but we're
is right there.
what we're going to be doing today, but
The tone just sounds too much like I'm going to keep talking. I'm not getting the space to focus on edits? No. You're welcome to talk to me. That's why I'm here. No, please feel free to ask questions, make suggestions, whatever you want to do.
hello. Hello there. Welcome to Unenlightened. I am
Ow.
Austin. We
Just
are
shoot
on
the
part
shit.
2
Whatever you want.
of the Bender build
I
today.
just got
Last
backsplashed
time
directly
we
in the
built
eye by
the
that cup.
cranium. So this time we're going to get a neck fitting for the head and then the surrounding shoulder blade. And hopefully I want like a couple of U-shaped pieces coming down from that are fairly firmly attached that it'll sit on my shoulders with. Because even though this is just a cardboard version of the costume, I kind of need an idea of how big those spacers need to be. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But we're starting with something a little...
Tonight, a 1-hour edit becomes a 5-hour adventure of misery. It takes me forever to edit anyway. Honestly, doing it on stream, I do a better job of actually
Different.
staying here.
I don't know if I'll get
Because,
here yet.
like, my problem normally is I don't stay in the chair. I get up and I walk away and I go do other shit and and then I don't get the edit done. It's a miracle I got this week's video done. I was up until 2 a.m. twice to make that happen.
You here?
Back to back.
He was gonna try and
Accountability,
pop
yeah,
in here. He
exactly.
was going to try and pop in. Our friend Jakob...
I function much better with external accountability. And while you guys aren't actually there, like, make sure you edit or else, grr, that's not really the situation. Okay, so that's after I put that away. Perfect. But just kind of subconsciously, the fact that y'all are there makes me go, oh, I should do what I'm supposed to be doing.
So that's what we're going to be doing today, but we're starting
Freaking stay on the
with something a little different. I don't know if Jakob's here yet. Jakob, with something a little different.
What the hell?
And like what the, you know, actual...
So that is supposed to be gone. Did I just not delete the clip I was trying to delete or something?
Yeah, I suppose I am more than a little bit closer now, aren't I? How's my audio sounding today? I should be a little bit louder. I tried to get the lavs set up. It didn't happen. I'm struggling to get the computer to recognize
them. Switch
them.
in the middle of this video because I did get it figured out, but that's okay.
I remember them being a problem to get set up last time I did.
We'll skip that. That's noise. Nobody needs that. So when do we start actually doing stuff here?
Yeah, I struggled to get the computer to recognize those lavalier units last time, and then after I got them connected, they worked great. So I just need to remember what finagling it was that I needed to do. Anyway, we made a lot of great progress last time. Let's throw it back on the head. Wait.
There we go.
Let's throw it back on the head. We made a lot of great progress.
Beautiful. I'm getting a little bit better at remembering to talk in a way that I can cut around. Like, if it's... Because I, just, like, ADD myself off of, like, everything I'm trying to talk about 90% of the time. And that leaves me, like, picking up conversations and sentences that I haven't talked about for, like, 5 or 10 minutes as though it's still just in the middle. And I really can't do that because when I interrupted myself in the first place, it often makes it useless. Using O and delete instead of blading the clip would be faster. You mean just like selecting? But don't you have to? I need an in and out, right? Oh yeah, it goes all the way to the start of the timeline. It auto ends on the start of a clip on Final Cut Pro. Oh really? Yeah, that is faster. Too used to that. Why do I feel like I cut something out of here that I didn't the first time?
And we are on part 2 of the Bender build today. Last time we built the cranium. So this time we're going to get a neck fitting for the head to sit in,
Maybe
and then
I
the
just
surrounding
cut
shoulder
more
blade.
pauses
And hopefully
out.
I want like a couple of U-shaped pieces coming down
I
from
feel like
that
I remember
that
there
are
being
fairly
more
firmly
slices
attached
there, but
that
this
it'll
is the
sit on my
same
shoulders with. Even though this is just a
information.
cardboard version of the costume, I kind of need an idea of how big those spacers need to be. We made a lot of great progress last time. Let's throw it back on the head. Wait.
Look at that. That cut's beautiful. That works just fine.
How big those spacers need to be. We made a lot of great progress.
I mean, it's not beautiful, but it's acceptable.
We made a lot of great progress last time. Let's throw it back on the head. Wait, hold on. There we go. Still fits. Okay. But now we need a shoulder for it to mount on. You're off back to work on day 10 of working. Last weekend was canceled.
Oh, Jakob, that was so brutal. When you had to do 10 days
I think
straight.
what makes the most sense, the first thing we should make is you'll have an extra long weekend coming up, taking Monday and Tuesday. That's just an East Coast trade. So I'm going to be making a neck ring for this first. We need the part that it's going to sit into here.
There we go. Where's my so? I try to cut those out. I start every other thing I say with so.
A neck ring for.
Perfect.
I'm going
At least
to
I
be
paused long enough
making
that time.
a neck ring for this first. We need the part that it's going to sit into here, and then we'll build the rest of that off of it.
Perfect. Look at me actually getting through a sentence without pausing for 45 seconds.
Mount on. I'm going to be making a neck ring for.
I really don't like that cut, but I'm just trying to force myself to not agonize over making the cuts perfect.
Oh, we need a shoulder for it to mount on. I'm going to be making a neck ring for this first. We need the part that it's going to sit into here, and then we'll build the rest of that off of it.
Fine. So then let's move into stuff actually happening.
You're becoming the Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, we're figuring stuff out.
You're becoming the Wallace and Gromit.
So where was that? Right about here? What am I talking about?
Ooh, these strips look long enough and rigid enough to do exactly what I'm looking for.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing to have in there. Yeah, I do remember Final Cut having better shortcuts. So you are using X. Do you like X better than 7, or do you wish you had 7?
So yeah, we'll have to do an inner ring and an outer ring with a little bit of forgiveness. Like it's gonna be. It's not gonna have to be perfect.
Oh, that was covered in the first sentence.
Label off of there. Oh, the other thing that might be happening soon is my
Is this related?
my video quality will likely be.
Oh yeah, I keep
'Cause I
talking
have,
about that, but I
I
haven't fixed my camera yet, so no. You all hated X at first, but it only took a few months for you to start enjoying the magnetic timeline. So what exactly is the magnetic timeline? What is that?
Who was kind of done with it. So he gave that to me, and
I remember people saying Final Cut X looked like I don't know if I ever even really used it, but I feel like I remember people saying it looked like iMovie.
And that should mean that I can get a higher quality video feed, because the webcam hookup for the one I have now it claims to be 1080p. It looks like 720 to me. But long story short, I'm not happy with it. So hopefully this new one is going to be better, and we'll have higher resolution video for this wide angle camera, which will make it a lot easier.
I actually kind of do want to include this little bit of talking, just in case somebody isn't happy with the video quality. We can kind of just address that.
Like it's gonna be
magnetic timeline in short terms, automatic ripple delete, and annoying stuff for people who aren't used to it. That's always how it goes, though, right? When they have some new thing that's added into software that really will make your life easier. Nobody wants to learn it. I mean, that's part of the reason I don't want to get Final Cut again, is because I don't want to learn stuff. I know how to use Premiere. It's still functional. Whatever.
Like, it's gonna be...
But, I mean,
it's
it's
gonna
always
have to be
worth it
perfect.
when you actually bother to learn. If I'm a PC exclusive user, then it for sure isn't a problem for me.
Off of there.
Is Final Cut X not available on PC? Is that Mac only now?
Oh, the other thing that might be happening soon is my...
I didn't know that. That must have been why we didn't get it at school, because we were all PCs, which was insane. Everybody hated that.
forgiveness. Oh, the other thing that...
Never was anything but Mac? Yeah. I guess that must have been why we never actually had it then. Because our school made a deal with Microsoft, which is stupid because nobody in the industry uses anything but Mac. But I like PC because I do more than just edit. PC for professional creative work is horrible. I find mine pretty comfortable. I really don't find it to be as terrible as people say. But I do more than just artwork on this thing. You know, I use it for gaming, I use it for coding, I use it for mostly those three things. And all of my art programs seem to work fine. I mean, like, we did just have Premiere crash, but I have like 4 things open right now. I have OBS running, I have... You love your PC, but you have Macs at work and couldn't do it without. Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, if I could have a second machine that was a Mac to use for editing, I would. But the only Mac that I have is my MacBook Pro from 2013. So that's not holding up very well anymore.
The Bender build today. Last time we so it's going to be for head and then shoulder blade, and hopefully I want like a couple of U-shaped pieces coming down. Rigid enough to do exactly what I'm looking for. So yeah, we'll have to do an inner ring and an outer ring with a little bit of forgiveness. Oh, the other thing that might be happening soon is my video quality will likely be increasing.
I can get away with taking a little bit out of that.
My video quality will likely increasing.
Oh, well, man, I talk so quiet.
My video quality will likely be increasing, if I'm not mistaken, because I have access to a 5D.
Oh, you did? Aha! So I did kill it. Good. The new M1 and newer chips, they're so wild it chews through video like it was a text document. Is it really that good? I mean... Yeah, if I had the money, you know.
My video quality will likely be increasing, if I'm not mistaken, because I have access to a 5D now, thanks to I have access to a 5D now, thanks to
It's an old one though. It's a Mark II.
my will-be father-in-law.
Yes, please. Thank you.
So yeah, we'll have to do an inner ring and an outer ring with a little bit of forgiveness. Oh, the other thing that might be happening soon is my
Yeah, Gladward pays for it. Exactly. Yeah.
increasing.
Hopefully I can draw some eyeballs to my videos, get some attention, make some money off of it, and then I'd be able to fund that for myself. But as of right now, I'll live with my struggling PC.
Thanks to my will-be father-in-law,
And proxy files.
who was kind of done with it. So he gave that to me,
Mm-hmm. You said that already, Austin.
and that should mean that I can get a higher quality video feed, because the webcam hookup for it claims to be 1080p. It looks like 720 to me. Long story short, I'm not happy with it. So video feed, because the webcam hookup for
Do I have a side hustle besides the streaming or a main hustle? I did. I was working at the Equestrian Center in Los Angeles before we moved, and then I had some money saved up, and right now I'm just kind of focusing on doing this. I'm gonna go back to at least getting a side hustle to keep this going at the end of May, but I'm running this through May, and then we'll take it from there. Fortunately, I had a little bit saved up to help me do this, but it's not enough to continue. So I'm trying to draw as much attention as I can in this short span here.
Video feed, because the webcam hookup for the one I have now is...
What did I say there? What was my last line?
Was kind of done with it. Video feed, because the webcam hookup for...
How much does it take in terms of viewers to start making a living? Oh, quite a few more than I have. The odds of that happening all of a sudden in this period of time are extremely low. And I'm not delusional about that, but I like to take risks and take a shot at things, even if it's not very likely. But, I mean, the number that I think about in my head is Patreon supporters that would make it work. And if I'm able to get, like, 500, I could bleed by. Just barely. Like, that would be enough to keep the door open. But, I mean, realistically, to, like, support the business and live comfortably, it would need to be, like... I would need to get to the point where I could get sponsorships and be partnered by YouTube and all that kind of stuff. And that the channel's not anywhere near that even being a realistic possibility at the moment. But I've also never posted consistently before. This will be my 3rd week in a row posting a video, and I believe that's the first time that's ever happened. So if I can get a little more consistent, you know, you never know. And I have a big project that's worth following here now with the Bender videos, so who knows? We'll keep working at it.
So he gave that to me, and that should mean that I can get a high quality video feed, because the webcam...
You hope I succeed? I appreciate that. Yeah, I hope so too. You know, the odds are slim, but that's true about a lot of things worth doing.
I'm not happy with it. This new one is going to be better, and hopefully this new one is going to be better, and we'll have higher resolution.
You're all hoping I'll finally get some consistency. It's happening. That consistency is my main goal right now. I'm just trying to get myself more consistent. I mean, things have been changing for me a lot since I found out I had ADHD and realized how that impacts my behavior and my decision making and my planning, and starting actually working around that. It's been helping me get more consistent and get my head screwed on straight. And that's the other reason why I needed this break.
That should mean
is because I've never really properly taken care of my mental health, and it was starting to compound in a way that was not functional for me. So it's like, it's part of why I had to get out of the entertainment industry, and like it was too much. You really enjoy my content and you're happy you can support me. Thank you, Jakob. It really means a lot to me that you do. I mean, you are ride or die, and I really appreciate it. I mean, everybody is, really. But like it's just it's really cool. It means a lot to me. I like sharing what I'm working on. I like encouraging other people to be creative, and that's kind of what I want the that's what I want the channel to be about, is not just me being creative, but encouraging other people to be creative. Entertainment industry sounds fishy. That's the general term used in Hollywood, just to cover. I mean, because I was all over the place. You know, I was working on those dramas for a while. You were subscribed to my Patreon prior to me finishing the setup. Yeah, I know. You were there immediately. Yeah, you're ride or die. I really appreciate it, Jakob. Yeah, entertainment industry is kind of a fishy term. Hollywood is rough, man.
Because the webcam hookup for...
Yeah, so I'm going to get rid of that. Where's the OnlyFans? That's where the real money is.
Quality video feed, higher resolution video for this wide angle camera, which will make it a lot easier to see what I'm doing. I mean, for y'all. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get, as I've been talking about since we moved the forehead mounted GoPro setup.
Still not even sure I'm going to actually do that. I really want to, but I just don't know. I mean, I could just order a head mount for this, but part of the problem is these things get really damn hot. This is an old one. This is a Hero 4. These things are like ovens. And they do have a head mount for these. So I could do that, and it would make it a lot easier to work on these projects and have a close-up for y'all. That would be really nice to have. But I haven't quite decided whether or not I want to do that yet. Because after I have it, I ought to use it, and after I'm using it, it's going to be so hot.
Wide angle camera, which will make it a lot easier to see what I'm doing.
I did find a 10mm lens.
I mean, for y'all.
But it's $200.
And then the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to
maybe soon, but not yet.
As I've been talking about since we moved the forehead mounted GoPro setup.
So I am going to skip over all of that.
Video feed, higher resolution video for this. And that should mean that I can get a higher quality video feed, higher resolution video for this wide angle camera, which will make it a lot easier to see what I'm doing.
Okay, so we can just fix this.
And that should mean that I can get a higher quality.
That should mean that I can get a cut right there.
And that should mean that I can get a higher resolution video for this
beautiful
wide angle camera, which will make it a lot easier to see what I'm doing.
Okay, that's enough of that conversation. Let's get back to the build.
I shouldn't have started on this end. I peeled the sticker off, and then I started rolling with the sticky side. I shouldn't have started on this.
Because right now all we're doing is just chewing. We just need to get through. I mean, you know, we have a 5-hour and a 6-hour stream to chew through, although we've already lopped an hour off of this one. So that's good. Just with what we've cut off the end and the chunks that we've cut out so far.
I shouldn't have started on this end. I peeled the sticker off, and then I started rolling with the sticky side out on the sticky end. There were like 2 or 3 different ways that I didn't have to do that, and I did it anyway. Why do I do this to myself? I am my own worst enemy. Yeah. Okay, here we go. We're rolling. We're rolling.
That gives it a little bit of breathing room. The cuts are looking a little too rhythmic to me right now.
Speaking of videos, how's the archive going? Next batch will go up tonight. I did indeed get all of them uploaded through.
I knew I was forgetting something.
January.
Oh shit!
So I'll get another batch of them today. I think maybe today and tomorrow.
The archive!
To get the rest of everything.
I have to get the thumbnails put together and then I can put it up. It's just about ready. Damn it! That's okay.
And then probably the weekend to do thumbnails.
Yeah, which I didn't do, which is why they're not up.
So
how is the archive going? It's all uploaded except for the last batch of like the most recent streams here. I just need to make the thumbnails, and I just crank out thumbnails for those that just have the date and what the stream was about on them. Like they're not, I don't go for the image or anything. It's just the archive, so it just goes up on the second channel. But yeah, I need to do those thumbnails. I'm now going to do them this weekend, I guess. You know what? Where's my Sharpie? There we go. How's playing with my server going? That I haven't done yet. I'm about to order the the hard drive. That should be here in a few days. I was pretty sure that I wasn't going to have time to do that until May. Because I can't really play with it until it has a hard drive in it, and I needed to get that ordered. And I wanted to wait until I'd done my math for next month's rent and everything before I did that. Not that I'm so close that I'm not making rent, I'm just careful about my money.
Okay, here we go. We're rolling. We're rolling. Now we're moving. Speaking of videos, how's the archive going? Next batch.
So we're just going to skip all of that. Chug jug.
Enemy is the perfect of good or whatever. Yeah, something like that. That was mostly it. I'm glad Jakob was able to be here to watch the unboxing. I wanted to make sure, you know, who knows? Maybe there's. It just showed up. I mean, like less than 10 minutes before the.
That was crazy. I mean, like the server showed up. Like I just said, less than 10 minutes before the stream was about to start.
So what I'm going to do here, I need to get this.
It was perfect.
Other thing out of the way so that you can see what I'm doing.
All right. So spit it out then. What are you doing, Austin?
What I'm going to do here is cut this whole thing in half because this has got a good curve to it. I'm thinking if I just cut clean all the way around, follow the groove in the cardboard, I should be able to get 2 of these rings that are exactly the same curve, which would be really good. Because then I can have an inside and an outside, and I just kind of have to pull one of them out a little bit, and they should line up really well with a nice matching groove around the middle.
And that was kind of true, but not really. So we definitely want that in there so that I can show how that didn't end up being true. Because it ended up being that it wouldn't have mattered. Because it has to all be like held in place with tension anyway. I can't believe it's still holding together. That neck ring is being supported by painter's tape.
I'm thinking if I just cut clean all the way around, follow the groove in the cardboard, I should be able to get 2 of these rings that are exactly the same curve. Because then I can have an inside and an outside, and I just kind of have to pull one of them out a little bit, and they should line up really well with a nice matching groove around the middle. And then what we're going to do is cheat. In the real thing, it'll be a perfect U-shaped groove rotated around the. And then what we're going to do is cheat.
Oh, didn't mean to. I shift played there. Okay, then what we're going to do is cheat. Where did I say that? Where's that? Is that right here?
I am my own worst enemy. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, here we go.
Looks like there was a clip I forgot to cut out.
I shouldn't have started on this end. I peeled the sticker off, and then I started rolling.
Midnight came and went, so you're heading to bed. Good luck with editing the stream. All right. Thanks, Hermit. Appreciate having you hanging out with us. We'll see you next time. Get some rest. Thanks for stopping in.
The sticky side out on the sticky end. There were like 2 or 3 different ways that I didn't have to do that, and I did it anyway. Why do I do this to myself? What I'm going to do here is cut this whole thing in half, because this has got a good curve to it. I think if I just cut clean all the way around, follow the groove in the cardboard, I should be able to get 2 of these rings that are exactly the same curve. Because then I can have an inside and an outside, and I just kind of have to pull one of them out a little bit, and they should line up really well with a nice matching groove around the middle. And then what we're going to do is cheat. In the real thing, it'll be a perfect U-shaped groove rotated around the center of the neck. In this case, I think it's probably just going to be a V-shaped.
Oh, I guess I don't need to cut that then.
Groove that we kind of nest the head into that'll like bend out a little bit. I'm just going to take these 2 and tape them together around the bottom and then kind of like until it's in the shape that I want it to be in.
That was a good one. All right, cool. Forgot I did that. Excuse me.
Minecraft server set up. But if I have enough horsepower in there, that's the dream. If I can do multiverse plugin and have all three of them,
that would be nice.
The
but I don't want to talk about that outside of the stream right now.
It gets more niche, right? So it's harder to please everybody.
But yeah, what I want to do is that 3-branch multiverse server, because we have 4 threads to work with, and that would leave us with an extra one that I wouldn't need to touch. So I should be able to make it run 3 servers from everything I'm reading online. It looks like it, because what I think it is you're supposed to have 1 thread for every server that needs to run, plus 1 more to handle the top level operation. So I think that'll work. But if it's 2 extra that you need, or if it's just too much, like, for it to handle, then I might just do 2, and I'll still keep Spawn Island on the main server. But the plan was to separate Spawn Island and put it onto its own server that you'd still be able to access, but there would just be, I would build a pretty portal at Spawn to get to Spawn Island, and then that would be its own world.
Because the other problem with modded is it gets more niche, right? So it's
how's your drive going,
Jakob?
Have you made it home yet?
And so I think it is probably better to dial back more toward what we were doing before. But that will depend on everyone else's decisions as well. You know, I'm not the only member of the server. But the actual UECraft server would have... Hey, Bonnie, how you doing? Bonnie, is that what I should be calling you? Welcome. What we're doing here is the last Wednesday. It's something like that. And this is kind of a test build for a full-size cardboard that we're done. So we made our cardboard so I can fill out shapes and sizes for matching my body so they look like a character without overboarding it. So anyways, I appreciate that. Now, what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to roll up this strip of cardboard so I can cut it in half. And that's going to be the basis for the roof that heads in. We're on the shoulder plate today. I don't know if you're a TikTok fan, you've seen the show, but the character is just kind of a big round drum, a body for the robot, and then that head right there, and there's 2 arms. So getting that body shape right is crucial to get the character. So I'm going to have to really solid.
It sucks. Are you not there yet? You still stuck? Hold on, I'm going to bring my microphone will come with me, but I'm going to go refill my water real quick. Yeah, I really do want to do that multiverse server. I think that would be the best way to get everybody exactly what they want. They can still hear me. Em was looking at me like, why are you still talking? It's probably a little choppy while I'm doing this, but here you go, Lola. Here's your ice cube. Okay. Back in we go.
What brings you here? You make stuff, you just floating around Twitch? Don't try to stop this, Ben. You've seen Bender, you haven't watched the show. I'm a pretty big fan of the show. It does get huge nostalgia points for me because I've been watching it since I was really young. You've seen Bender, you haven't watched the show.
It's moving now.
I'm a pretty big fan of the show.
And you look at me like that every stream. Yeah, understandable. Too much exposure to my voice is considered detrimental to your health by the Surgeon General. That's a big chunk. Always happy when a big chunk goes away.
Until it's in the shape that I want it to be in. You've seen Bender, you haven't watched the show. I'm a pretty big fan of the show. It does get huge nostalgia points for me because I've been watching it since I was really young. But I'm very excited about the fact that they're bringing it back. I know that bringing back old shows tends to backfire. But I'm hopeful anyway.
They've been brought back before, and I thought their Comedy Central seasons were pretty good.
And I was just talking about one of our friends and a Patreon supporter for the channel, Jakob, just sent me a new server that I can...
You got shouted out like crazy in this stream.
You've seen Bender, you haven't watched it. I'm a big fan of the show. It doesn't use the sound that watches those videos, but I'm very excited about the fact that they're bringing it back. I know that bringing back old shows tends to backfire, but I'm hopeful anyway.
But I'm hopeful anyway, and that's where we stopped at. Okay. And we'll keep that at that pacing for the video, but for the TikTok version of that, because that right there is a TikTok in and of itself.
You've seen Bender, you haven't watched the show.
Right, that clip right there is perfect for that. So for that, I'll cut it up a lot faster. But it's funny, YouTube was the one known for jump cuts, and now TikTok has taken that to a whole other extreme.
I was just talking about one of our friends and Patreon supporters of the channel. Y'all just sent me a new server that I can use to run our Minecraft server. So I'm going to be updating that to be public, I believe. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Glad to have you. We do stuff like this on Wednesdays. I do more digital art stuff on Mondays from 10 to 3 Eastern, and then Fridays we do video games. We're starting Final Fantasy 6 this week. That'll be fun. Fridays usually what's the schedule? I know this. 4 to 9. There you go. Who needs to know their own schedule? That's for chumps.
That might actually be worth throwing in there also, because I literally just said when I stream.
So I'm going to be
I don't like putting the
upgrading
promo
that
stuff
to
in there,
be
but I gotta suck it up.
public, I believe. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Glad to have you. We do stuff like this on Wednesdays. I do more digital art kind of stuff on Mondays from 10 to 3 Eastern. And then Fridays we do video games. We're going to be starting Final Fantasy 6 this week. I've never played a Final Fantasy game, so that'll be fun. Fridays,
I really am liking that.
Usually,
It's not a game I would have normally picked up on my own, and I don't know if it's the kind of thing that I would play on my own even still. But for playing it on stream and hanging out and chat with you guys, it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. like true RPGs are not like usually my bread and butter. I do really like it though. It's fun. And so far I don't completely suck at it, which is also nice. We'll see what happens when it gets more difficult.
Fantasy game, so that'll be fun.
We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Usually, what's the schedule? I know this. 4 to 9. There you go. Who needs to know their own schedule? That's for chumps.
Go. There's that moment. Can I chop this up a little bit? Because the last one we let breathe, so this one I'd be okay with chopping up.
I appreciate that. Glad to have you. We do stuff like this on Wednesday.
So this one is going to be very jump cutty, just to kind of make it feel like it's not taking as long as it is, just because it's a promo. Although it's realistically not actually going to remove very much time to do these jump cuts, but it'll make it look like I tried. So that it doesn't feel like I'm like dragging out an advertisement.
Played a Final Fantasy game, so that'll be fun. Friday played a Final Fantasy game, so that'll be fun.
And we're still we will be playing Final Fantasy the Friday after this video uploads, so this is actually kind of perfect. Choice. All right, let's see if that helped at all.
From 10 to 3 Eastern. And we do stuff like this on Wednesdays. I do more digital art.
Wait, I need to go. Where'd the last clip end?
Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Glad to have you. We do.
Oh, I didn't take those two clips out. I see. That's the problem. It looked weird, and I couldn't figure out why.
Like I believe. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Glad to have you. We do stuff like this on.
No, from the last clip. There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, there we go. That's more like it.
I'm hopeful anyway. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Glad to have you. We do stuff like this on Wednesdays. I do more digital art kind of stuff on Mondays from 10 to 3 Eastern. And then Fridays we do video games. We're going to be starting Final Fantasy 6 this week. I've never played a Final Fantasy game, so that'll be fun. Fridays usually, what's the schedule? I know this. 4 to 9. There you go. Who needs to know their own schedule? That's for chumps.
Perfect. I can throw the Twitch URL on the screen or a card or something. Actually, no, I can't do cards that take you outside of YouTube until I'm partnered. And I'm going to keep saying until, because goddammit, I'm going to make it happen. It feels good to be starting to get a little more consistent. I have ways to go in that regard, but it's huge progress compared to what I was especially prior to the return in October.
But I do want to try and stay in the same groove the whole time, which is a little hard.
Oh, I'm actually talking about the build. Crazy.
Okay, so this doesn't need to be perfect, but I do want to try and stay in the same groove the whole time, which is a little harder to see when I've beaten up the cardboard as much as I have. But as I said earlier, I wanted to do the bend while the two were still attached, because then they'll have the same curve to them. And if I'm being fully honest, that didn't occur to me until after I already started, but it does make sense, and I am glad I did it this way.
It did occur to you before you already started. You said it earlier, genius. Man, I really do have memory issues.
Okay, now we've got that scored all
That
the
is
way
so
down.
weird.
Guess your height.
It doesn't make me upset like it used to, though, because I know what it is.
I'm gonna say
It took almost 2 hours to get home. Oh my god, Jakob. Take like 6 consecutive naps. That is rough.
5'2". How's 5'2"? Am I close? In the same groove the whole time, which is a little harder to see when I've beaten up the cardboard as much as I have. But as I said earlier, I wanted to do the bend while the two were still attached, because then they'll have the same curve to them. And if I'm being fully honest, that didn't occur to me until after.
Yeah, so we'll skip that because that actually doesn't make sense because it's in the edit that I said it earlier. I'm okay with reiterating it because then we have 1, then we have 2, and then we have the realization that it doesn't work on 3.
He started, but it does make sense, and I am glad I did it this way. Okay, now we've got that scored all the way down. Guess your height. Okay. I'm gonna say 5'2". That's 5'2". Am I close? Close? Ooh. Ooh, okay. I want to say up or down, but I feel like that's going to be too much information. Let's say, I'm just going to go 5. Oh, 5'5". Okay, I was close-ish. 3 inches off is substantial. I'll take the close. That's fine with me. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So now, yeah, there are slightly different thicknesses, but that's not... There we go.
Okay, so let's see how this works.
Perfect. Okay. So now, yeah, there are slightly different thicknesses, but that's not going to cause us a problem. Now we've got these two pieces with almost the exact same curve to them. You like my hair? Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you to say. I've been growing...
That was an extremely vain moment for me. We're going to skip that.
with almost the exact same curve to them. It's very kind of you. So these both have the exact same curve to them, which means that hopefully same curve to them. These both have the exact same curve to them, which means that hopefully...
See? You see how that worked out? I interrupted myself, but then I came back, I started the phrase again, and now we have an actual lead-in I can use. I'm getting better.
To them, which means that curve to them, which means that hopefully, even if they're not perfectly round, I can get an even groove between the two of them. But the plan is to basically build it around the head. So this is part of why we still have this part detachable.
I need to start practicing my segues. Yeah, I do. I really do. I don't segue very well. Although, fun fact, just so you know, in that context, it's spelled segue. Segway with a W is what they called the company. Or actually, I might have that spelling slightly off. Segway? No, I got it right. We're good. But yeah, I really do. Same thing to you. Yeah, same thing to me too.
We'll have this part detachable.
I don't know if you care or not. Some people do.
Because we have to connect to the bottom, and it's a lot easier if we can set this on a flat surface. How does M like it? She likes it a lot around the head. So this is part of why we still have this part detachable, because we have to connect to the bottom, and it's a lot easier if we can set this on a flat surface.
Okay, that's good enough. Point made there. Now you can tell that I'm about to say something. I gotta go back.
And it's a lot easier if we can set this on a flat surface.
Segue is from the Italian "it follows." Oh, really?
How does M...
I did not know that. That's very interesting. I would really appreciate it if you could elaborate on that. What specifically made you think about that? That I need to work on my segues.
groove between the two of them. But the plan is to basically build...
Because I do want to get better. If I'm going to try to grow the channel, I need to get better. What I'm guessing you're referring to is the fact that I will just jump from one thing to the next. Like, interrupt myself in mid-sentence and stuff like that. And I do really need to work on that. I struggle with it, but
this is part of why we still have this part detached.
I assume you mean when I'm talking on stream, not in editing, but if that's what you mean, then I'd like to know. For my ton of sponsors I will soon have. Hey, I sure hope so, but I don't count my chickens.
Even if they're not perfectly round, I can get an even groove between the two of them. But the plan is to basically build it around the head.
I think I could go the Linus route with that and just have being really bad at segueing into ads be my thing. I was really tempted because I had this plan. I was going to do all of this, and there was a Raid Shadow Legends promo on my on Stream Elements, because that's what they do. They just push it out to everybody that uses Stream Elements. That's why you see it everywhere all the time, and everywhere else. They spend so much money on advertising. I just can't bring myself to do it. It's gambling for children. I can't promote that.
So this is part of why we still have this part detachable, because we have to connect to the bottom, and it's a lot easier if we can set this on a flat surface. How does Emma like it? She likes it a lot better now.
I got that confirmed, by the way, today. I asked Emily if it does look better now that it's found a settling point, and she said, I don't look like... she said I looked like an old woman.
Before, it didn't really look like anything, and she was not a fan of that, but she was... And I feel like it's starting to. I still do need to go get a cleanup, just so that, like, there's some...
Which I did. I have the same hair as my grandmother, actually. But now that it's getting longer, it hangs down more. So
weird stuff happening on the sides.
As much like I sleep with curlers in.
Always cut away from yourself. Yeah.
Let's just get me. Let's immortalize me saying "always cut away from yourself," given the fact that I don't ever.
Because
same wig. You know, it's time I finally revealed it. This isn't attached. Look. I still keep pressing the wrong button there. Look at it. Loose. I'm not going to take it all the way off, though.
we have to connect to the bottom, and it's a lot easier if we can set this on a flat surface. Yeah. Always cut away from yourself. Okay, that should be closer to the right size. You probably want to put the seam in the same spot too, but here's the thing. This one...
Now we're getting to good stuff here. Okay, cool.
We probably want to put the seam in the same spot too.
Did I use Gorilla Glue? You heard it's
one,
great for
some
hair.
hair is born to be chaotic.
That's the trick. That's the trick. Gorilla Glue and just a small amount of rubber cement.
On this one, I really don't want this overlap. We probably want to put the seam in the same spot too, but here's the thing, on this one, some hair is born to be chaotic. On this one, I really don't want this overlap. But here's the thing, on this one, I really don't want this. The thing, on this one, I really don't want this overlap. Because if you...
Too soon? For what? To make a hair joke? You make a hair joke whenever you want to.
Hot surface. Yeah.
And when my hair starts falling out, I expect you to make jokes about
Always
that
cut
too.
away from yourself. We probably want to put the seam in the same
Whoa.
spot too. But here's the thing, on this one, I really don't want this overlap. Because if you have that on the inside ring...
Does that mean that transition is like there somewhere? Did it get deleted before I zoomed out? I think it did.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I don't want this overlap. Because if you have that on the inside ring and the outside ring, that's going to get messy. You know, it's just going to it's going to be too much pushing it around in directions. You're growing yours out, it's just all black and straight. That can look really good grown out though. You know, you can get those big long sheets. So
Anime hair.
I think we cut...
They were totally right. That's exactly what I was
I
describing.
just want to mark through
Now you have me
both
in
of
stereo.
those so that I know where I'm
Two
cutting.
times the Austin.
And then this one already actually seems
Surround
to be
sound. Except
in
that
this
doesn't work
spot.
because it's a mono
So
microphone.
we're just going
I
to
think.
help it along here. So I think we cut there. I just want to mark through both of those so that I know where I'm cutting. So I think we cut there. I just want to mark through both of those so that I know where I'm cutting. And then this one already actually seems to be torn in this spot. So we're just going to help it along here.
I'm trying to do fewer time lapses. I just really don't like time lapses. I had to do a lot in the last video too, so.
You're growing yours out, it's just all black and straight. So around in directions. So I think we cut there. I just want to mark through.
Okay, I think it's been long enough that I want some silliness again. So hopefully we have some of that happening soon.
In this spot. So we're just going to help it along here.
Maybe get to the point where I get that onto the helmet.
The nice thing about this cardboard step, anime. But think of how dramatically you'll be able to stand in the rain.
Oh, that actually was kind of funny. Should I keep that? I forgot I had a line. Right, because it was this.
You're growing yours out, it's just all black and straight. That can look really good grown out, though.
Oh, then I have to go all the way back to he likes my hair. I still don't want to do that. Okay, we're going to skip that one.
But think of how dramatically you'll be able to stand in the rain.
Again, it's about that thing where just things feel so
Just
much
for that alone,
so
it's
different when you're responding to them in a stream versus when the person watching knows that you decided to include that in the edit. And if it's somebody complimenting my hair, it makes me look like a dick.
Hoping that we can just stick these together.
Especially to somebody who doesn't know me.
Good.
Because I got one of those faces, you know.
Circle?
I kind of look like an asshole.
Are things good?
I know that about myself. I try to counteract it.
Yes. So that leaves us with no overlap.
Perfect. That's the line, buddy.
Just have to
Nice.
heat this up a little bit more. I'm far. Like physically to the camera. Yeah, I haven't. We just moved to this apartment, and I haven't. What I'm hoping is that I just have to beat this up a little bit more. I'm far. Like physically to the camera. Yeah, I haven't. We just moved to this apartment, and I haven't finished setting up how this space works. So right now my camera's set up.
That's not silly. That's just more channel like meta commentary. So we're not gonna keep that.
So we're just gonna help it along here. So that leaves us with no overlap. And what I'm hoping is that I just have to beat this up a little bit more.
Okay, and then we skip that. What do I say next?
And just pointing at me this way with a microphone over top. So hopefully you can hear me clearly, because the mic... Okay, softening this up seems to be helping. It occurs to me I'm ruining that whole thing I said about them having the same curve. But we've already done it now, so...
There we go. And that was the other end of that I was waiting for. I remember some things.
...is that I just have to beat this up a little bit more. It occurs to me I'm ruining that whole thing I said about them having the same curve. But we've already done it now, so... Oops. Ooh, that fits in there pretty nicely. Okay, this can work. We have hope, people. We have hope. So let... Where's my... Ooh, that fits in there pretty nicely. Okay, this can work. We have hope, people. We have hope.
I like the "we have hope" line better, and I basically said the same thing twice.
Ooh, that fits in there pretty nicely. We have hope, people. We have hope.
That's a better line.
Where's my pen? There we go.
Where's my pen?
Have I watched Taxi Driver? I have. It's been a long time.
Ooh, I didn't like this. This felt like I was getting quizzed. It was like I was back at school.
Cropping in might be nice, but you don't know if the resolution will be good. Well, we could zoom in a little bit. I'm going to be a lot of fun to talk to. Film people tend to be really cool to talk to. I'm not your typical film person.
I am not at all. Not at all.
But I like to think I'm cool to talk to.
I can include that line. That's fair.
I'm going to be a lot of fun to talk to. Film people tend to be really cool to talk to. I'm not your typical film person. But
I don't know if they stayed as a follower or not. I think
I
they
like
did.
to think I'm cool to talk to.
We actually we got past my I don't know if we'll fall back behind it again, but I had hit like a ceiling in Twitch followers that I hadn't been able to get over again, and we actually got over it. I was stuck at whatever 236, is it 336? However many it is. I really try not to pay attention to that number because it does not help me. Like the number of people watching, the number of people subscribing, when I was doing it really early on, that seemed to have a lot of effect on my emotions while I was trying to just be entertaining and be fun. And I didn't like that. So I can't even see those numbers anymore. I can see the subscriber count, but and like I can see the subscriber and the follower count because those don't have as much of an immediate impact. I know what they are, but the viewer count, to see that in stream is just it's like kneecapping myself.
Okay, we need to tighten that up or loosen that up just a little bit.
Because what happens is people leave and who knows why, right? You'll be back after dinner. All right, enjoy your dinner, Jakob. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Who knows why, but it seems to be that when people leave, I start like running through my head what I did to make them leave, and that's not necessarily why people left. Like, for example, you just left for dinner. Like, people have all kinds of reasons.
It occurs to me I'm ruining that whole thing I said about them having the same curve.
But it's easier to just not have it in my head, you know?
Oh, that fits in there pretty nicely. We have hope, people. We have hope. I'm going to be a lot of fun to talk to. Film people tend to be really cool to talk to. I'm not your typical film person, but I like to think I'm cool to talk to.
There we go. That's good. That's perfect. That's like charmingly cocky, not like actual cocky.
Pop that on the outside. Well, does this fit on the inside of this? Not even close. Okay. Oh, that's right, because we also have this mouth section. I wonder if I don't want to... Still thinking here. Hold on. Jeff is sneezing halfway across the country.
Let's see.
Now the table's a bit off of frame. Oh, yeah. We should pull it back just a tick. And then tilt down. Go. How's that? That looks a little more. Taxi Driver isn't realistic enough. Robert De Niro isn't ugly enough. But I don't believe that there's such a thing as there being no one out there for you. That's just not true. Everyone deserves a chance. You talk to everyone without judgment. Exactly. There are some people who are objectively bad. Unless they hate Batman, then we have a problem. I hope you're okay with language. There we go. So you're a big Batman fan? I mean, I know the second Joker. You don't watch Joker-specific stuff, can't sit through movies because...
Missing out, man. Joker movie was a great movie.
Blanking on that part.
Okay, let's get back to talking about the build here.
I did enjoy the movie quite a bit. Batman pressed block at the right moment. Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like, that's what I'm expecting out of Batman. I want grit. Like, I want him to...
Right, I don't want to put that in the video because I talked about that in a
Okay.
TikTok.
Yep. It seems like Batman v... Didn't they take him to custody right after that? They did, yeah. No. I liked the Chris Nolan ones.
Mostly just the one.
The reason you brought up Batman is because you listened to a lot of grunge based off that movie. Grunge is excellent.
Something in the way.
Nirvana, Olive Garden. Ah, yes. I love Olive Garden. So who are you listening to? I mean, Nirvana and Bush. Nirvana, Olive Garden. The reason you brought up Batman is because you listened to a lot of grunge based off that movie. Grunge is excellent. I am very happy for that movie bringing a grunge revival.
Oh. Okay, yeah, we'll do this little aside about Batman. I think that'll give me my human conversation moment that I was looking for.
So who are you listening to? I mean, Nirvana and Bush, for sure, right?
I don't think they said they were listening to Bush. I hope they check them out because they're missing out. Like, Glycerin is a great song.
Grunge revival. So who are you listening to? I mean, Nirvana, Olive Garden. Ah, yes. I love Olive Garden.
I was trying to remember a Soundgarden song off the top of my head, and I couldn't think of a title to save my life. I still can't right now, actually. Are they Black Hole Sun? That might be them. Now I'm curious. It is Soundgarden. Yep. Okay. So I could have done Black Hole Sun. Opportunity missed.
I haven't been listening to my grunge playlist a lot lately. Soundgarden has not graced my ears of late. So I'm trying to tape these sort of evenly.
So we'll go ahead and put that in there.
I'm trying to tape these so that they're pretty evenly distributed. I think we're doing okay so far. It's looking pretty good.
They really did do a good job with that. I was pretty happy with myself. Because that's not an easy thing to do, to get those evenly distributed like that. I was very pleased. But I did kind of know what the gap was supposed to be, you know, because I knew what it was supposed to fit on.
But yeah, I'm trying to tape these so that they're pretty evenly distributed. I think we're doing okay so far. It's looking pretty good. We'll just try and keep that up. I did muss it up a little bit on one side. But the fact of the matter is we actually do need a larger opening on one end because of that stuff. You're from India, you play guitars, and you're in online college. Also learning how to play keyboard. Wow, you're busy. So how long you been playing guitar? I don't think we have any friends from India on the channel yet.
I really don't think we do.
At least, if we do, nobody's told me.
I don't think I remember anybody saying they were from India.
Years, right on. So have you been playing grunge music too? Grunge music really suits my singing voice. Trying to strengthen this in a couple of places just to make sure it holds up. I don't have an abundance of tape, so I'm not going to overuse this. What's that? Trying to strengthen this in a couple of places just to make sure it holds up. I don't have an abundance of tape, so I'm not going to overuse this. What's that, Austin? You forgot to get more tape again? Oh, you better believe it. What are some dark, gritty movies, like Robert Pattinson's Batman, you're okay with noir or something like Taxi Driver? A lot of shows, I think. It's talked about Black Mirror. Really like Batman, lots of real detective movies.
Yeah, this is where it really felt like a test, and it was making me like freeze up, and I couldn't think of anything. I wanted to be like, oh, I'm a film person, I know things, but it's just really not true.
Could be better, but it's not bad.
Like I know a lot about how film works, but the flashcard style, like I know this movie and this director thing that film people tend to do, I was never really into doing that. And I don't have a great memory for names.
I think I'm going to cut a notch into that ring. Here's my pen. What I'm going to do is, because where I have these teeth, there's a little bit of like an inset here. I think I'm going to cut a notch into that ring. Here's my pen. What I'm going to do is, because where I have these teeth, there's a little bit of like an inset here.
Anything?
Oh, what was that old one?
Oh, it's because I'm still distracted by that question. I was really hoping I could come up with something for them, you know? Because, like, I probably know some things if I scrape the bottom of the barrel in my brain, but it's had nothing good. Been watching a lot of, like, pop culture crap right now. That's just, I mean, like, I like it, you know? It's not a crime. Okay, we've shaved another 45 seconds, or 40, or I guess 30 minutes off of it, really, because it was like, it was at like 3:30-ish. Maybe 45. It's pretty good, though. Seems like we're getting through it.
Oh, what's that old one? I was watching Emily. She's still here. Yeah? What was that? Technically, we were playing West Dad. I'm trying to describe without saying like what it is. But it was that old black and white murder mystery story that West Dad not last time before. Okay. I'm not remembering. I'm not good with names. That's. He's a great movie, yes. Not my personal favorite, but objectively great movie.
I can't tell exactly what I'm saying, but I can tell from the tone of my voice what I'm talking about.
Spoilers, you can't remember any.
Or at least sometimes I can.
You can't remember things. I gotta say, that's the problem we're running into here. It seems like I might get a similar affliction. Shit, I can't remember what it's called. But it's the story of this guy who's selling life insurance, and he's trying to sell insurance in general, and selling insurance to this man, and then the man finds himself alone with a wife who wants to come with him to her husband.
See, I was able to recite the entire story, but I couldn't remember what it was called.
Yeah, so that's information you get to the movie. That's what happens. But I can't recall.
Alright, so what did I say there?
But for the life of me, I can't remember what it's called. If you're into comedies, I would recommend. Some of it's a little bit outdated, but if you go, I feel like that would be debatable. That was like one of the ones you gotta see back when I was in school. Oh, that fits perfectly. Yes, good. We are happy. We're very happy. Hey, Pimp, how you doing? Welcome in. We have a new friend joining us today. Pwangi is here.
I think I want to keep that in there. I just want it to make it look like things are, well, and they are, but I just want that to come through in the videos, that things are really friendly in the stream. Like, the videos are basically advertising for the stream. That's kind of the idea, right? So...
Oh, that fits perfectly. Yes, good. We're happy. We're very happy. Hey, Ben, how you doing? Welcome in. We have a new friend joining us today. Wally is here. When I recommend something that look cool on a CRT, you've got your eyes on one. That you're going to want to go to video games. Because with video games, you've got, like...
With movies, you're not really missing anything in the cathode ray tube department.
Pixel art video games. The art was designed...
I mean, it just looks better. Even like, it doesn't really matter what it is, because everything on film can be upscaled if they have the original film. So you might as well have it, it's going to be in black and white or whatever if it's really old, but it's going to be much higher resolution than it would be even supported on a CRT.
I need regular scissors for this, because this part doesn't need to be pretty. I'm basically just bunching it up and stuffing it in there for extra support. You haven't seen the Alien movies. They are very solid. I've seen the original Alien and I've seen Aliens, and I honestly can't remember. Where'd my scissors go? This has been a problem for multiple days now. Seen the meme of that girl under the desk. That counts. The second one is so good. The ones past that are not so you've heard. Aliens is the second one. Okay, good.
Oh, I could do that.
And I've seen Aliens. You haven't seen the Alien movies. They are very solid. I've seen the original Alien and I've seen Aliens, and I honestly can't remember if there's one in between or not. I'm not sure right now. If there's one in between. I'm not sure right now. This has been a problem for multiple days now. You've only seen the meme of that girl under the desk. That counts. That definitely counts.
Okay, then I want a longer clip of build work. What is this? This shouldn't be here.
Morning, this is Pimpito. Long time friend of the channel. Both Pimpito and Corey have been around for a very long time. We have a new friend today. He's here. They are very solid. I've seen the original Alien, I've seen Alien. Oh, that fits perfectly. Yes, good. We're happy. We're happy. Hey, how you doing? Welcome in. We have a new friend joining us today. He's here. They are very solid. I've seen the original Alien, I've seen Aliens. I honestly can't remember if there's one in between. I'm not sure right now.
Am I going too fast? It sounds like I'm missing.
He is here. You haven't seen the Alien movies.
Oh,
they
no, it's in there.
are very solid. I've seen the original Alien and I've seen Aliens, and I honestly can't remember if there's one in between. I'm not sure right now. You've only seen the meme of that girl under the desk. That counts. That definitely counts. Second one is so good. The ones past that are not so you've heard. Alien. This I made like this just little tab of cardboard.
Pretty sure the second one was
I'm
directed by
folding it
James
into a
Cameron rather than
U.
Ridley Scott.
Or a V or whatever. And pushing it down to a depth that I like. Scotty is our little budgie. 6 years old now, actually, which is kind of crazy. So this I made like this just little tab of cardboard, and I'm folding it into a U or a V or whatever, and pushing it down to a depth that I like.
I like these little slower paced moments.
And then we're taping that into
break it up a little bit.
And we're going to do that around in a few spots, just so that this doesn't like sit down there as hard and tear the thing apart. And that'll essentially function as what our measurement's going to be when down to a depth that I like. And then we're taping that into place. And we're going to do that around in a few spots.
And then we can jump to there.
And that'll essentially function as what our measurement's going to be when we're making the real fitting. This, for example, is a part that I'm probably going to completely 3D print. The point where this meets is going to need to be 3D printed in order to hold together.
I do want to keep
it
this...
can be done, but not with my level of craftsmanship. So 3D printing will be the answer to that problem.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, see, we're already at approaching 10 minutes. We still have about half of the stream left to chew through. There was a lot of just trying and fitting and cutting a circle after this. So hopefully I'm still going to be able to make it work. But I don't know.
I'll be right back. I'm going to run to the restroom really quick. Just gonna keep pushing for those feet, aren't you? How you doing, Yago? How was dinner? What'd you have? Oh. There we go. Just been clipping this on the back of my shirt today because it holds it up a little bit higher and hopefully in better line of sight. But I am still trying to work on a way. The thing about that character design is, even though he's a robot, he does not have a lot of seams. Hey, Link, how you doing? What are you up to lately? Long time no see. Good to have you back. Welcome in. We're working on the Bender costume. Right now, this is we're basically making the whole costume out of cardboard, so that we have an idea of what size and shape everything needs to be for it to fit me and still look correct. What you been busy with? Work stuff? Not sure last time you were here, but you got married. Working on moving to a cybersecurity career, working on your cyber... Got married to a super awesome individual that you actually... So, I don't know how well you can see this, but basically I took these little pieces, right, and bent them over into a little... Where's the sew? Okay, so, I don't know how well you can see this, but basically I took these little pieces, right, I don't know how well you... So where were we at? Answer to that problem. I don't know how well you can see this, but basically I took these little pieces, right, and bent them over into a little U shape like that. You can kind of see that there. Oh, but didn't I just explain that? That into place. And that'll essentially function as what our measurement's going to be when we're making the... I gotta go back further. Hold on. That looks like a section that should have been cut out. That's a long chunk right there. Past that or not, so you've heard. Aliens is the second one. Okay, good. So that can go. That's unfortunate. That's my dad. I'd like to be able to pick that up right now, but I can't. So this I made like this just little tab of cardboard, and I'm folding it into a U, or a V, or whatever, and pushing it down into a depth that I like. I'll give him a call tomorrow. That into place. And that'll essentially function as what our measurement's going to be when we're making the real fitting. This, for example, is a part that I'm probably going to completely 3D print. The point where this meets is going to need to be 3D printed in order to hold together. I mean, it can be done, but not with my level of craftsmanship. So 3D printing will be the answer to that problem. I don't know how well you can see this, but basically I took these little pieces, right, and bent them over into a little U shape like that. You gotta see that there. And I put already kind of explained this. Like this, to catch the head when it sits down. So now it should sit a little more nicely and stay kind of level. If I center it. Now it should... That's what I want. I want this part right here. It should sit... So now it should sit a little more nicely and stay kind of level. Talking to my dad is important. Yes, right? I was texting him earlier today. Hold on. I haven't necessarily. But I'll give him a call tomorrow. I think I'm just not putting it on right. Oh shit! Yes, that's really solid. Worked out pretty nicely. Where right. I can give him a call around 3. So we do need one in the front, lunch. But that's totally working. That seems like that's pretty good. Not with my level of craftsmanship. So 3D printing will be the answer to that problem. So now it should sit a little more nicely and stay kind of level. If I center it right. Yeah, and the problem is the helmet does stay level in the neck ring, but the neck ring didn't end up being level in the chest piece. Right. So we do need one in the front, but that's totally working. Link, have you met our new friend Plungy? You have one in the front, but that's totally working. Putting it on right. Oh shit! Yes! That's really solid! Alright! So we do need one in the front. That problem. So now it should sit a little more nicely. Okay, now we want to pick up the speed a little bit here, I think. and stay kind of level. If I centered it right. Did I not? Hold on. I haven't necessarily failed yet. I think I'm just not putting it on right. Oh shit! Yes! That's really solid! Alright! So we do need one in the front, but that's totally working.
Okay, so now I kind of want to do a big jump ahead to chew up some of this
Link, have
footage,
you met our new friend Pwangi?
but
You
also
had to learn how to assemble miniatures recently, which is
'cause
slightly artsy.
that was kind of the last progress until we started putting the neck ring together. So I must have been doing a lot of chatting. We tested it, it fit, that's fine. None of that really needs to be shown. I don't know how many times I need to show putting the helmet on. We talked, I thought, I measured things out. What's happening here?
That is that thick right there.
Yeah, that's visibly too big to me.
And have
From
that
this
go
angle.
all the way around. Which means if it's a ring that's that thick...
I don't think this is really worth showing.
I'm sorry for that.
So what I want to know, let's get to the point where I'm selecting my cardboard.
So this, I think, is the moment. Is certainly not okay. No, you're okay, Link. Just breathe deeply. And we're good. Okay. This could be dangerous. So let's make it so that you can watch it happen. Okay. This could be dangerous. So let's make it so that you can watch it happen.
That's probably not a good line to include considering nothing fell apart, but I'm going to leave it there for now and I might cut it out later.
But that's totally working. Okay. This could be dangerous. So let's make it so that you can watch it happen. We're going to zoom you back out. And we're going to pivot you that way a little bit. So what I'm trying to do is take out this box right here, because it might be the single biggest solid piece of cardboard I have. So hopefully we can do this without the mountain of cardboard.
Don't need to say it again.
But it's time to move on and be stronger, bigger, better than we were before.
What was I saying before that?
Not since the accident. Not since
that's
the
not going to make sense without the ability to see that it was a redeem.
But it's time to move on and be stronger, bigger, better than we were before. Please don't be stronger. Put myself in a situation like this. I haven't been. We can do this without the mountain of cardboard behind. We can do this without the mountain of cardboard behind it collapsing this way.
Maybe that line will help stitch those together. I'm not feeling great about that. Let's see what happens.
Solid piece of cardboard I have. We can do this without the mountain of cardboard. Be the single biggest solid piece of cardboard I have. We can do this without the mountain of cardboard behind it collapsing this way. Be stronger.
I feel like I'm hoping.
So hopefully,
I say it there. Okay. I needed something to lead me into that line. There was no segue, which would be relevant. It's one of those times where we need one of those.
we can do this without the mountain of cardboard behind it collapsing this way. But I've never put myself in a situation like this.
Not since the accident. There was a redeem.
But it's time to move on and be stronger, bigger, better than we were before. Collapsing this way. Be stronger, bigger, better than we were before. Please don't fall. Please don't fall. Yes. She's holding. It's only a spike. It'll soon stabilize.
Okay, and then there was a lot of, like, just tearing open the cardboard, which I don't need to show. That took a long time.
Oh,
Laughing
man.
pretty hard here. What happened?
Verizon offered either an Xbox Series S or a $200 Home Depot gift card with a gigabit Ethernet or internet, and your gamer site is like, who would take the Home Depot gift card? Then you realize they have Philips Hue bulbs there. Oh. Philips Hue also gives you scam vibes, so you think you're just a hater. It's okay, Corey. You're a hater in rehabilitation. The first step is admitting it. No, Philips Hue is kind of a scam. They're good. Like, I like them. And they're just way more expensive than they should be. And I think that's happening to LED bulbs because of the fact that you don't need to buy them as often, not because the contents therein are actually worth that amount of money. Shit's in the RGB bathroom. Oh man. Yeah, but like, how else are you gonna properly enjoy Raid Shadow Legends on your phone while you're taking a shit? And I think that's happening to LED bulbs because of the fact that you don't need to buy them as often. Now, Philips Hue is kind of a scam. They're good. Like, I like them. They're just way more expensive than they should be. And I... Shit's in the RGB bathroom. And I think that's happening to LED bulbs because of the fact that you don't need to buy them as often. Oh man. Yeah, but like, how else are you gonna properly enjoy Raid Shadow Legends on your phone while you're taking a shit? Therein are actually worth that amount of. How else are you gonna? On your. Now, Philips Hue is kind of a scam. They're good.
So did you have something good for dinner, Jakob?
They're just way more expensive than they should be. And I think that's happening to LED bulbs because of the fact that you don't need to buy them as often. Shit's in the RGB bathroom. Oh man. Yeah, but like, how else are you gonna properly enjoy Raid Shadow Legends on your phone while you're taking a shit? I mean, if you don't have RGB lights in the bathroom, are you really gaming? Is all I'm saying. Oh man. Yeah, but like, how else are you gonna properly enjoy Raid Shadow Legends on your phone while you're taking a shit? I mean, if you don't have RGB lights in the bathroom, are you really gaming? Is all I'm saying. Okay, so here's the deal.
I don't know how long I want that pause to be, but I want the pause.
Shit. I mean, if you don't have RGB lights in the bathroom, are you really gaming? Is all I'm saying. Okay, so here's the deal. We, sorry, I had to figure out what I was doing. I got trapped in a ponder. I'm going to cut the biggest circle-ish I can out of this flat shape here. Just successfully convinced your manager to come try Marvel Crisis Protocol with you this weekend. The conversion.
There's that.
So we're gonna make the biggest circle we can. I know I'm not making a real circle. I'm just kind of tracing one down. But I did make a pretty good circle because it was awesome. Look at this. Look at the circle that you can't see because it's really finely drawn. Look at that. Isn't it perfect? Say yes. Say yes, Austin. You are flawless, and we love you. Circle. I'm just. And no, I'm not making a real circle. I'm just kind of tracing one down. But I did make a pretty goddamn perfect circle because your boy's awesome. Look at this.
What the hell? Are we on the last clip? No. That was weird.
I'm not making a real circle. I'm just kind of tracing one down. But I did make a pretty goddamn perfect circle because your boy's awesome. Look at this. Look at this circle that you can't see because it's really finely drawn. Look at that. Isn't it perfect? Just say yes. Say yes, Austin. You are flawless, and we love you. Man doesn't even know he's about to max out his credit cards on pictures.
get to where we were cutting it. Toward the end would be better.
Yeah. There we go. That's a big circle, people. Bender, no bending. Love you.
Yeah. So timeline-wise, we're not in good shape here. I'm at, where are we exactly? 16/19/03. So with just one stream, I am not in a place I'm happy with. So what I'm probably going to do is, I don't know, was I wearing the same sweatshirt in the second stream? I don't think I was. Where is the 26th? There we go. I think I might only use the part we did before I switched to the modeling, and then I can bring the modeling in into a separate video to try and get the timing right here. I am wearing the same sweatshirt. I can cut these together really cleanly. And then all I have to do, it's in the laundry, but I can put that sweatshirt back on and I can record an end cap to close this out and just fake it. Pacha! That's the plan. Okay, so yeah, this is ending up too long. I thought I could cut 2 streams into one, but there's just too much content here. So stream 2 is going to get split, and we're only going to use up until here. Because that part is interesting, but it is also a completely different kind of working. Fake it till you make it, exactly. You got me figured out. Okay, so then I want to do new sequence from clip, just so that we have this. And this will be, oops. This will be Bender 3, but we're not going to be doing that right now. So we'll get rid of that clip, and we will cut this one, paste it in here, save that, close it. That way we are, actually, I should leave it open because I'm going to forget it exists. So we'll leave it open, but I'm not going to look at it. That'll be next, or not next week, but 2 weeks out, I think. Next week's video is supposed to be on what I was working on Monday, and then next Monday, which will be some like coding stuff. You know, the NPC coding that we were working on.
We're good. At least I think this might be the size that I need. Also found some bubble wrap over there. Okay, so there's some staples on top of this that we gotta get out of here. I don't want to use it as my pry bar. How about actual pliers, Austin? Not forbidden, but use tools for what they're designed.
Oh, I left a dead clip in there. So where are we at now? Okay, we've got that thing below 230. That's not bad. Okay, that is good though. So that means we weren't at the time that I thought I was. We're at 11:17, which is a lot more doable. But I still I think I want to split it because I don't really want this video to be longer than like 15 or 16 minutes. I really don't want to, because the last one was really long. So I'm gonna try and fix that and just split that. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because the Bender stuff from here on out is going to be a lot of stuff in the computer and kind of like update and fittings and shit like that. So it's not going to be another like standing up video like this until probably until I start actually putting it together, I think. I do need to shop for that rubber tubing like I was talking about yesterday, because that's really going to do the job for me. I'm going to grab some water really quick. I will be right back. So I got the sweatshirt, so we can use that later. All right.
Bender, no bending. Bender must bend. Must bend others, but not himself. Bender, no bending. Bender must bend. Must bend others, but not himself. Okay, so this is 100% like a disc of cardboard. So what we now have to do what we now have to do is a disc of cardboard. So what we now have to do is it's actually slightly oval shaped, which I'm kind of I took away your bending. I took away your bending. Looks like a big D right now. Totally didn't take a second to realize Pimpito was talking about the letter D. So what we now want to do is find our way approximately to the middle. It really doesn't. Okay. So what we now want to do is find our way approximately to the middle. It really doesn't matter that much if we're exactly in the middle.
I thought I was gonna have fast enough reflexes to put that slice on there. I'm so impatient for that damn Zelda game. I can't even.
So what we now want to do is find our way approximately to the middle. It really doesn't matter that much if we're exactly in the middle. We're going to try to be close. It would matter later, but again, the purpose of this project is testing, fitting, and layout. So it would matter later, but little. We want to try to be close. Much if we're exactly in the middle. We want to try to be close. It would matter. We're exactly in the middle. It would matter later, but again, the purpose of this project is testing, fitting, and layout. So what we want to do here is take this.
Not bad, not bad.
And pop
Oh yeah, that's the part I wanted to
over.
show because that's a good technique.
So what we want to do here
It would have worked.
is take this and pop one edge over.
Would have worked if the circle was the right size. Actually, it would have worked if I'd done more overlap. Because we can cut the circle down, but the slope needed to be steeper. And if I had overlapped it more, the slope would have ended up steeper. I was really fighting with it to try and get it to take the shape I wanted. So that was really the main problem, but... Crack my back, but it won't happen. Come on. Work with me here. Nope. No such luck.
Testing, fitting, and layout. And so what we want to do here is take this and pop one edge over just to let it curve around a little bit. this is going to fight us. Okay, so what we want to do... So I'm getting distracted with a new idea. If somebody else wants to have like a QR code you could hold on a motorized camera mount and focus range.
Still thinking about that thought.
It would move, and so we're going to cut that shape.
It would be really nice to have my camera be remotely controlled. Need a gear mount for it though.
I lost you at Q. We'll try again. So here's what it is. If you think all the way down to the quantum mechanics of it all, okay? Are you following me? It's going to be... You're gonna have to take all of the quarks and muons and gluons and... I lost you at Q. We'll try again. So here's what it is. If you think all the way down to the quantum mechanics of it all, okay? Are you following me?
This is funnier if I take it out of context because it seems like it's about the cardboard.
You're gonna have to
wasn't,
take
but
all
it's
of
funnier that way.
the quarks and muons and gluons and zoons and it's hard to run an X-Acto blade along a circle.
It's almost funnier to just leave that pause. I just stopped talking.
Zoons and it's hard to run an X-Acto blade along a circle.
I think there'll be
Much
some
better?
satisfaction
Okay,
to having that cut
Glad I was
straight
able
in
to help
though.
you, Pip. Much better? Okay, good. Glad I was able to help you, Pip. I'm here for you, you know. Oh, cut a little too hard there. Hopefully it doesn't cause us an issue. There's not really a good spot for me to grip for this. That's not going to cause it to get dented. And I really don't want to put a dent in it. So this... Oh, cut a little too hard there. Hopefully it doesn't cause us an issue. There's not really a good spot for me to grip for this. That's not going to cause it to get dented. And I dent in it. So this is just going to take a little bit of finagling to make happen.
Okay, that'll work. Shorten these two down. It just makes sense to cram this into... I mean, because there you go. We were saying... Oh no, I do still have another cap here. But, I mean, we're going to be much closer to 13 now.
Lost you at Q.
We kept that whole clip. So we're at, where are we? 12:51. And how much is left in the first stream? Still an hour and 45 minutes. But I don't do very much at the end, right? That's always the case. Because I sit there deciding whether or not I'm going to keep going.
Nice. Okay. Nice.
I feel like I say nice every time I do a cut like that, and I'm going to put it in every goddamn video. This is my thing now. This is who I am. It's not a phase, Mom.
Free Domino's pizza is the best thing ever? I mean, it's definitely a good thing. I feel like there'd be free pizzas that would be better than free Domino's pizza. Hey, free Domino's pizza is the best thing ever? I mean, it's definitely a good thing. I feel like there'd be free pizzas that would be better than free Domino's pizza.
Man. Yawning quite a lot today.
Does that seem to dip
It's
low
just
enough
so hard to
around the
keep my
shoulders?
energy up and keep
Kind of
alert
does, right?
while I'm
Like
trying
that's
to
enough
edit.
of a taper.
It's such a tedious task, you know, and it's good to go through
Right
and like
size, because that puts it at my shoulder.
it actually
Definitely,
makes
but free pizza is free pizza.
it makes the stream better. I mean, obviously it's good to have the videos edited, but it makes the stream better for me to listen to the way that I'm talking and the way that it might be confusing and practice that and
free pizza,
speak more clearly next time.
Pizza. Definitely, but free pizza is free pizza. I couldn't agree with you more there. That part is true. There'd be free pizza. Inadvertently got a good huff of the marker there. Inadvertently got a good... Ooh. Inadvertently got a good huff of the marker there.
Definitely. The throat clear is kind of funny, but not something people want to hear in the video.
I'm going to take it just a little bit. Huff of the marker there.
Okay. If I can get to this, get through this chunk by like 8:15, 8:30, that would be good. I think we have a couple of big sections we're going to be able to take out of here pretty soon. In fact, I think I'm going to do one of those right now, because we did a couple of little sillies there, which means I'm not really worried if we buzz over one. And I'd like to move ahead to the staples, and me bending those isn't really visually interesting. I just kind of would like to show what I did, like at the end. Because I think I held it up to the camera, right? After I got that done. I didn't?
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I had to get a little violent with it to get the last bit through there, but that's okay.
Okay, so then I'll take that, and then what we need is just the moment that I say that my plan is to use the staples. So that's probably pretty early on here.
I do not condone marker huffing. How does Bender fit through...
I guess I should probably include that.
I do not condone marker huffing if you're a fan of staying alive. For the marker there. I do not condone marker huffing if you're a fan of staying alive. How does Bender fit through doors with such a thick circle? He's got that badonkadonk shake. What if you're not a fan of staying alive? I recommend seeking a therapist. Because you're mistaken.
There we go. And that's the part that I wanted to include there. So where's the part that I say I'm going to use the staples?
Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to not stab this directly into my palm. Don't worry, I'm aware that it looks like I am. I'm going to need to poke through. You just read sad news. What? Okay, we've got 3 staples that I haven't completely destroyed that we can recover for this.
That'll work.
Because you're mistaken. Okay, we've got 3 staples that I haven't completely destroyed that we can recover for this.
Okay, we're still shy of 15 minutes. It's not terrible. And then I'm going to cut this whole chunk out, right? Which brings a big section of it down.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I had to get a little violent with it to get the last bit through there, but that's okay. Either side.
Did I mention that that feels big?
That fits around me. my arms only go this far out on either side.
I'm such a klutz.
Take this one we've made and kind of is... So what we gotta do first is...
There we go.
Either side.
Alrighty.
So what we gotta do first is take this one we've made and kind of work the bend through the whole thing.
Okay, yeah, then we do all that. That takes a large amount of time. And then I'm thinking about how I'm going to attach it. Haven't decided yet. We adjust the shape. I don't really need to show that. That's kind of understandable. Like, you know, I don't need to break down that the shape was slightly off and we had to shave a little corner off. I don't think that needs to be. We'll
really
rely on
hoping
the
is
audience
that
to
this is gonna
understand that.
work. It's basically the same idea I had before,
But I do want the clip of me fitting that in there, which should be right about here. There we go.
okay, that's just about exactly correct. So that's exciting. We're going to try and set this in as low as we can.
That was a mistake.
And it's not centered either, so I'm going to rotate it.
I can see that it's cockeyed now.
I do want that. I want that seam
damn
is
it.
going to be in the middle of the chest, which is not
I
how
can
I would
see
design
it
it normally.
in front of
That's
me,
how
that
things
it's
end
not
up, just
even.
with this being spaced out.
Ugh, buddy.
Okay. That looks really promising, people. We're going to try and set this in as low as we can. And it's not centered either, so I'm going to rotate it. Really promising, people.
Man, still not even through to that next clip yet. These streams, it's so much footage. It's insanity. Okay, then we think some more. We marked around the outside.
Okay, I'm going to take this neck ring back out. And then I want to go around and with a reasonable amount of distance away from the edge for strength reasons.
Actually, it's worth noting because that was part of the procedure that I made those marks. But I really just need to note it and nothing else. So where do I start drawing? Grab the Sharpie. Oh, nope, those are the zip ties. Where's the Sharpie? Ties, zip ties. Sharpie! Nope, that's my stabbing fork.
Mark all the way around. We're going to mark all the way around where we're going to be doing our stitching.
I'm just really glad the video isn't as long as I thought it was. We're still in a pretty good spot here.
Reasonable amount of distance away from the edge. Take this neck ring back out.
So that can be shortened to there.
Interested to see if the labyrinths have changed. Are they back?
I wonder how my Tears of the
But
Kingdom TikTok
basically,
is doing.
It just needs to get fed through
I
and
posted one
attached to
today.
itself for now, so that we still have wiggle room to attach all the other ones. Then we can tighten them all down together.
Oh, that's a good line to use there. Did it get any more likes? I don't think so. Nope. That's okay. I mostly just wanted it, like, on the record.
I'm just really curious, like, what...
So,
Oops. Unfortunately, that has not been repaired. Let's see how we do with this. So we want to punch down through there. And we're not going to tighten anything yet, okay? I don't know why I'm saying that like I'm scolding you. Or like I'm Mr. Mackey or something. But basically, it just needs to get fed through and attached to itself for now, so that we still have wiggle room to attach all the other ones, then we can tighten them all down together.
perfect. Okay, we can take that. And this I will time lapse for a second. Just as we do this all the way around.
Do I want this to be made out of? Thinking about these shoulder pads.
That was about it for that day of the stream, right?
So what I'm really thinking about right now with this plate that I just made is when it comes time to do the real thing, what exactly do I want this to be made out of?
So that's worth keeping.
So what I'm really thinking about right now with this plate that I just...
Okay, so then we can get rid of that section. We're almost at 16 minutes now. That's good. I think there's probably only about 2 minutes worth of actual usable footage in this chunk here, which is what it goes from 145-ish to 310. So it's basically an hour and 15 minutes. Hour and 30. So hopefully if I can at least keep this under 20. It's definitely not landing where I'd hoped, but we're okay.
Okay, so that fits. I don't think I can get the helmet on while I'm wearing the ring.
Oh, and that wasn't really on camera either.
Cast iron!
I would have included that, but it's not on camera. I can include that. That's good enough.
Cast iron! I'm 40% cast iron. What exactly do I want this to be made out of? Okay, so that fits. What I'm really thinking is wiggle room to attach all the other ones, then we can tighten them all down together.
Oh shit. I cut out a section that was supposed to be a time lapse. We have to undo all of that. This is supposed to be time lapsed at 1,000. Oh, that might need a little more. It's not fast enough, is it? Let's do 2,000. Okay, that's better. I like that better. Yeah, as a time lapse, that actually kind of works. Because you can see progress being made. That's the thing. Like, I don't like doing time lapses very often, but I don't really know the other way to show any other way to show that progress.
So what I'm really thinking about right now with this plate that I just made is when it comes time to do the real thing, what exactly do I want this to be made out of?
Oh. I don't think I need that. I do like it when the time lapse comes right back out to real time. Like I think that has a good feeling to it.
So what I'm really thinking about right now with this plate that I just made is when it comes time to do the real thing.
I'm gonna leave it in just because I like that.
I don't think I can get the helmet on while I'm wearing the ring.
Okay, we need that clip. Put that back, and then cut ahead to the drop.
Is that sitting where it's supposed to? This gives me an idea of proportion. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Give me a wiggle and a waggle.
Okay.
We're still looking. Yeah, it does. So that we can. So I'm gonna pop this on top so we can see what we're dealing with here, and we're gonna try and look at this together.
Okay, so it seems like a lot because we're just gonna be talking about it now from here on out. Oh, the shoulder supports. I actually don't really want to go into huge detail on these because it's literally just shoulder pads.
Okay. So we've got these two pieces. They go with each other like that.
That's definitely done.
It, but that's going to be more or less the part I need. Yeah, if we'll forgive me yammering about the voice for a little bit, I've been trying to figure out like that raspy part is kind of what he sounds like early in the show. A lot of voice actors.
Oh, I actually want to listen to this. I'm not going to put it in the video because I want to hear how I've progressed with the voice.
With Bender was that there's like this really low thing down here that you can do that's like what he sounds like early in the show. The chemical energy helps fuel my power cells. Like that's kind of what he sounds like early in the show.
I have made some progress. I was practicing that today, but my voice is too tired to do it, and these are too chill for me to do that. These streams.
I'm totally blanking on her name. She's absolutely White Lotus. And
I can never remember her name when I need to.
but anyway, it's a very similar kind of accent to hers.
Chicago, Austin.
Like you've got that New York to it.
It's not New York, it's Chicago.
You just widen out the sides all the time.
You can hear yourself doing it. That's not New York, that's Chicago.
All of that with her, and then when you like force a lot, because like when you find the right
New York doesn't go wide like that. New York goes down
it makes
like
it a lot
that.
easier to just pop into the voice. What if I wanted to do Stitch?
Voices, voices, voices.
So we've got these.
I'm just going to skip all of that because it seems like that's what I'm talking about that entire time.
And then they're going to need a tube around them. They fit like this. I'm wondering if I just need the two.
We're going to fast forward because I know I pinned those back together.
Okay. How are you going to do this for the one on your back, Austin? Okay. So... take that like that.
The other thing that sucks about using that whole
How are you
like,
going to do this
open mic
for
on
the
the
one on your
room
back, Austin?
is you can really hear my computer,
I don't have a fucking clue.
which I don't like very much. But that'll be gone now.
No idea how I'm
So
gonna
that's
do
good
that.
news. Okay, that worked.
I want to go in here.
Oh, thank you. Okay, and then that all gets stitched together, but I don't need to reiterate that, I don't think. What I think we can do at that point is just jump to me putting it on. I added extra supports, that's fine, doesn't really matter. The shoulder pads didn't really work, so I don't really want to emphasize those.
You know what I mean? You're excited for the first boss? I really think so.
Okay, I think that's it for the first stream. Now we're cutting out of the second one. We did the voice a lot in this stream also, but like I said, I don't actually want to take very much footage from it. So hopefully I can get away with not. Oh, I added a thing to the opening scroll, by the way. Check it out. It's just got a little promo for where the artwork came from. And then I moved stream info up to the top, and the chat has all that space on the bottom and does not overlap the artwork at all. So it feels a little better now. You'll see what that looks like tomorrow. But you can see what it looked like before right there, where the chat's going up over the art, and I didn't really like that. So chat got moved down, and then the stuff that was below it is now up top, and starting soon got smaller because I think you kind of know that's what's happening. So I do want to replace the opening music with something more upbeat. We'll keep the Yui Lo-Fi for the pause music, but I probably want a third version of Unenlightened of Yui Pop for the intro. That's more like more of a build rather than a chill. Don't need my intro. Wait, you're supposed to paste attributes. Hey. Why is that not working? What the fuck? Oh, there it goes. I don't know why that wasn't taking. That was super weird.
Today, trying to build out the chest section. How you doing, Rose and Corey? What's going on? How's your morning? Okay, let's fix that a little too low. Oh, look at that. That's my whole schedule on the wall. None of your business. Okay, so air conditioner's on. We've got our chest section. Be careful about putting this on so I don't deafen you. So we know this fits me, right? But there was a little out there. She'll be okay. She's gonna be mid-nap before you know it. All right, so we've got these two sections. Morning is good. I'm glad to hear that, Rose. I'm having a pretty good morning too. You're sick, but you have coffee and cookies. That definitely balances it out.
In every 3D version of him I've ever seen. Oh, good. Yes, I wanted to include... I need this to be in the video so that I say it before somebody calls me out, just in case. Because if somebody calls you out before you say something, the internet will never believe that you thought of it yourself. Okay, so the angle changed. And it's wrong in every 3D version of him I've ever seen. Because you look at him, and you... So the audio quality is going to change. So folks will notice that. As I mentioned in the Discord, I realized... As I mentioned... Needs to be a little tighter. And then we definitely need to crossfade that audio because the computer sounds are going to be disappearing. As I mentioned, I want to extend this a little bit. As I mentioned in the Discord, I realized what's wrong with Bender's face. And it's wrong in every 3D version of him I've ever seen. Because you look at him, and you go, oh, okay, so that's the shape of his head, right? So it's a perfect tube. Except it's not, because in every 3/4 or 90 angle of him, he has an overbite. This part should stick out further than this part. And that's why it looks wrong. So in the final version of the helmet, I'm going to fix that. There's a little bit of a logistical issue figuring out where the mouth grill sits to compensate for that placement, but it's got to be possible to figure it out. I'm not gonna have that. Oh, jeez. Are we really that far down the line? It's going to be coming really close to 20 minutes here.
As I mentioned in the Discord, I realized what's wrong with Bender's face. And it's wrong in every 3D version of him I've ever seen. Because you look at him, and you go, oh, okay, so that's the shape of his head, right? So it's a perfect tube. Except it's not, because in every 3/4 or 90 angle of him, he has an overbite. This part should stick out further than this part. And that's why it looks wrong. So in the final version of the helmet, I'm going to fix that. There's a little bit of a logistical issue figuring out where the mouth grill sits to compensate for that placement. I
don't really want to change that pacing at all. I hate that the camera's torqued like it is. It looks terrible.
I'm fixing that in the final.
That's the footage I got, so... Hey, Pimp, how you doing? Deck. And Rose, I can't remember if you're one of the people who've seen the show or not, but for the record, the intro is a reference. She doesn't. I don't know why I did that. You have an acting question for the streamer. That. Have I been practicing my Bender? What? Oh, thank you. I'll come get it. Ooh, meatballs. Thank you. Is there any ponzu left, or did you already put it on this?
I just kind of sprinkled it around.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I've got my meal here. We're close to the end of this, and it is 8:15, so we're around where I wanted to be when we finished chunking through everything. I want to have like an hour and a half or so to go through it. I'm glad I switched this from 5 to 10. I will probably run long sometimes, but I end up pretty tired on Thursdays. So, and I have the gaming stream tomorrow, which I want to be amped for, so I think this is going to end up being the time slot. Because I am feeling sleepy today, but I got to get my edit done. I do the TikTok cut downs over the weekend because those are a lot easier than the actual slog of getting through the video, like the full length video. But for the record, the intro is a reference to a line that Bender said. You have an acting question for the streamer. Have I been practicing my Bender impression? I have been practicing. I'm not super thrilled with where I'm at right now, but it's I've been a little behind the last few days. I just tried it again before the stream today, and I have not been. But it's I've not been keeping it up, so I have to find that. Look, I'm bending things right now. Look at me do. And of course I can bend. Look, I'm bending things right now. Look at me doing all the bending. You have an acting question for the streamer. Have I been practicing my Bender impression? I have been practicing. I've not been keeping it up, so I have to find that spot again. And of course I can bend. Look, I'm bending things right now. Look at me doing all the bending. Yes, I am working on a voice.
Like in the beginning of the show.
Ooh, oh, that is a lot better than the last one. Hot damn.
Sounds a lot more like what he sounded like in the beginning of the show.
Uh-huh. I might actually include this. That's decent. That doesn't suck, so I can include it. The bending.
Sounds a lot more like what he sounded like in the beginning of the show. You know, I'll make my own amusement park with blackjack and hookers. In fact, forget the park.
Like that voice I can do, but now there's like,
it's higher up and there's more gravel to it.
that's harder to replicate, and I haven't quite found it. Slept awfully, you got a call early. Found a better spot at the end of that stream, and I was kind of able to replicate it this morning. I think I will get the voice there. You're adding to the pile. Watch a comedy.
Yeah, there's more voice to it. It's down, it's in there a little bit more. Hey, pretty mama, wanna kill all humans?
That sound. I'm warming up to it. I've never really actually tried to practice him before because I've gotten so frustrated.
Humans? Hey, pretty mama, wanna kill all humans?
That sound. I'm warming up to it. I've never really actually tried to practice him before because I've gotten so frustrated. A bit stuffed up, or is that just allergies? Yeah, that is a problem I run into. Okay.
Motivation. You're angry.
it's hard to... I've never tried it before. That's fairly close. We did impression corner, which is not really relevant to this, while I was twisting the cardboard. And then we did the attaching. This is actually working. The shoulder pad just fell off, but it wasn't really doing anything anyway. So, whatever.
I'm 40% titanium. I'm 40% titanium. Oh, maybe if I go down there, it's a little raspier. That kind of works a little bit. Is that getting closer? I feel like that's getting closer.
It makes me nervous to include that because I'm not really happy with where it's at, but I want to document the progress, and if I land the voice, it'll be way cooler to see where it came from. So I'm going to suck it up and put it in the video a little bit. Me that I should work on some of the other characters, because I can do the Dr. John Zoidberg. Yeah, and that wasn't my best Zoidberg. I can do a better Zoidberg. I don't really have any more than those two. And those are both just Billy West.
In your time, yes. But nowadays, shut up.
That's a lot closer than it used to be. My Farnsworth used to suck. Yeah, if I didn't think my brother would fucking hate the game, I would tell him he should play it. Sounds basically like a low bitrate audio stream with a heavy gate. Oh, really? Yeah. And Hermit is right about that. It's almost exactly the right rate. That comment makes much more sense now that I remember that Hermit works in TV. He came in and said that, and I was like, low bitrate audio stream with a high gate. Like, Jesus, that was extremely accurate. Radius, actually. It's kind of weird. What'd I say? What is this? It's almost exactly the right radius, actually. It's kind of weird. We still haven't hit 20 minutes yet. I want to record this outro while I'm still semi-conscious. Hermit, what are you up to today? How's life,
I have to, like, smack myself in the face so that I have the same level of alertness that I have in the video.
It's kind of down around here. Something a little more like this.
Wow, it really does help to have something in my mouth.
Actually seems to kind of help to have something in my mouth. It gets that rasp going.
He does kind of have a soft consonants thing going on if you listen to him talk.
He has a impediment.
I'm kind of ready here to just cut to wearing it and call it the end of the video. It'd be a great stitch. Thank you, Rose. Okay, everybody buckle the fuck up, because this could go south. Everybody buckle the fuck... Okay, everybody buckle the fuck up, because this could go south. Okay, so far so good? We're good? We're good? We're good? We're good! Make a stitch about my stitch. I'm gonna say the proportions on this look pretty good. It tapers just about right. And it actually leaves me a fair amount of room. Clip it. Okay, that's good. And it actually... Oh, you know what? We're going to keep the laugh because that helps bring us to an end. I often end with me just giggling at something. Clip it. And then I'm going to be honest about this recording. I suppose in order to do this, I'll need to pause the stream recording. But that's okay. I don't actually use these anyway for the VODs because the Patreon VODs... Actually, I think they do still end up on the second channel. So if you're watching this on the second channel, there's going to be a cut, and then we'll continue in the next VOD. I'm going to put my hoodie on. Give me just a moment. That's true. I guess we go no blue screen because I want to wear the matching hoodie, even though I am probably going to say that actually the bullshit ending. In the world of YouTube, it'll look like I'm way more planned out. But I mean, it's not like the VODs don't. It's not dishonest, right? Like the VODs exist. You can see what really happened if you want to. So. Okay, so this is gonna be a little stupid, but you're gonna see my pre-stream routine, which I stopped doing for a while, and I'm starting to do that again to get myself like amped up. Wasn't expecting a sneeze to come in there. Okay, so we're gonna switch our screen to
this one. Okay. And I'm going to break the record